Hello and welcome. Welcome to my nightmare. Hello. We're just waiting for Gilster. And maybe a couple other people. Hello and welcome to the mothership. We're going to go through this individually. I grabbed this because why not? Fuck yeah. What your kids are doing? Let me message this motherfucker. I'm going to actually message like 5 motherfuckers. And let's see if they're... Oh, Gilster. I'm on, I'm telling him. No worries. No rush. I don't know if anybody's here. Is anyone here? Oh! What's up? Holy fuck, people are here all of a sudden. Hello, hello. Can I get a, how is all the volume? Everything good? Hello, hello, Captain Spaulding. Hello, Dylan. Gap. Good to see you. Good to see all of you. How art thou? Volume good? Can I get a check on the 86? 86? 86? You're good, you're good. Yeah. We're going to wait for Gilster because he is the man of the hour here. Because I haven't... Look at this. This is what we're going to go through. And this is my kid's thing that says cars. There are not cars in here. It's Playmobil. All vintage Playmobil. But we will wait until Gilster is ready and in the chat to actually go. But look, so Playmobil, man. Hey, Gilster. There he is. Everyone, round of applause for fucking Gilster. Look at this, first of all. This was in the... So Gilster sent me, obviously, this badass box. And we made a video of it. But there was so much Playmobil stuff in there, I had no idea. So we did like an unboxing, and now we are specifically going through the Playmobil. Gilster, I can't remember. I guess it was Super John. He had one of these books from like the Kenner Power of the Force 2 or whatever. And I'm like him. I like these fucking books, man. These were cool. Did you see I skipped over the one, but look. I don't know how. Let me see if I can get... Okay, there you are. There you are. Look at that. That was my shit when I was a kid, man. God damn. I used to have the Stagecoach, but I do not have that anymore. I still have that guy, though. Oh! Gilster! Round of applause for Gilster. God damn it. Hello to everyone. So we're going to go through these parts just individually as I pull them out. The one part that is already missing, Gilster, is the canoe. Because my son saw it immediately and said, boat? And I said, no, canoe. But if you were my brother Puff, you'd say canoe. My brother Puff was born in one. So if he says it like that, then motherfucker, that's how you say it. I don't say it like that. But so the canoe is not in here because my son already took it. You know? So... let's go. I'm going to go through these pieces. Here's this other book I actually wanted to show you. Look at this motherfucking train. God damn, son, the train. I had no castles or anything, but I had a fairly extensive knight set. Because when I was a young man, I did like knights, you know. So when I would get to go to a toy store, I would pick those out, but I wouldn't now. And then I thought, look at these. I've never owned any of these, but look, this is like these are made in Germany, right? So I think that's why they're also very practical. You know what I mean? Like this is just like vacationing in Germany in the wintertime or Sweden. Look at that boat. Look at that boat. Blue Sasquatch. Hey, motherfucker. How you doing, brother? Look at that fucking boat. I wish I had that boat. And I would make it into like some sort of Civil War cutter or blockade runner or something, you know? And then look at these snow track vehicles. Motherfucker. Playmobil's the shit, you guys. I always did like that. Look at these. Look at them houses. Very cool. I'm not necessarily into the modern stuff, but now this, look at this motherfucker. Look at this. Look at this train. Oh, look at that train. What the fuck? Can't get this on the big oh, you can't? You probably just have to redo your thing. Like get out of the thing and then just get out of everything and then open it back up. Good God, man. Playmobil for the win. I'm sorry Mark's not here because he's probably asleep. But I did schedule this with Gilster so he would be available and off work. Now look, here's another Playmobil train set, but you can get some more modern. But basically all of those except the shell one would still work in the Old West, you know. And then you have some modern. That train station is very cool. I don't know. What's that thing? What's that other thing? Where is fucking Rolo? Bahnof? Bahnhof. Is that German for train station? Or see, these are made in Germany, and this is on the page with trains, and there's a train station above it. And it looks like a train station. I'm not fucking Columbo or anything, but deductive reasoning says that maybe Bahnof. Bahnhof. That must mean station in some language. I mean, Lack's not fucking stupid. I mean, he might be, I guess, but I don't think I'm that stupid. Hello. Oh, doctors. Hello. G-Force. Hello. What the fuck? How are you, gentlemen? Long time no see. I'm sorry I didn't see your thing quick enough because I'm lost in this Playmobil. Look at this, you guys. Anyway, Gilster, we have a whole bunch of Playmobil to go through, so let's get to it. Or as you redcoats would say, let's get stuck in. These are cool, Gilster. These are fucking so cool. The one problem with these books is, like, I don't know, you can't frame every page. So let's go through some parts, and then we'll go through the figures, and then we'll go through the accessories. So, and then every once in a while, we're going to flash Chief Leo. Because Gilster sent me, this is fucking, what is this line called? Wacky Wild West? This is the coolest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle subline. I don't know what they call it. All right, so Gilster, we have to look up some of these, okay? Now, this is 1976, and this is a floor. I do recognize this is the floor of something, some building. I don't know. But we have this. So sweet. And I see how the wall goes around it. You can see pretty easily. See, it's got a wall. And then another hook in there. Those little, for lack of a better term, dovetails. You know. So I don't know what this is, Gilster. I've had the pirate ship. Excuse me, Darth Blaze. Hello. 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 Hello, everyone. I have had the pirate ship, and I have Fort Glory. So I recognize some parts, and I've looked at all these little booklets, you know. So we might have to go through some different shit later, and we'll identify what these are. No idea what this is, Gilster. I mean, it's obviously a floor. It is Playmobil. It is from 1976. Oh, from NR 3120101. NR. I wonder what that donates. But that's obviously what it's from. Awesome. We'll look that up. Let's go with another piece. This piece is not marked, which is kind of strange, but it is. I mean, you can look right at it. You can tell by the plastic it's Playmobil. Playmobil gets this weird stress. You can't really see it, I guess, on this camera, but Playmobil, especially in the big flats, they get this weird stress sunburst pattern. I don't know what you call it, but it's you know it if you know it. This reminds me of a pirate ship part, the deck on the pirate ship, but it doesn't. There are more than one pirate ship. I don't know. The captain is here. Darth Blaze is here. Gilster is here. Fucking G-Force is here. I don't know. How many more poses can we do? I hope there. How many more people are there? Shit. The Gap After Dark is here. A diamond upside down is a pussy. That's Gap After Dark sign. How you like that, motherfuckers? Blue Sasquatch is here. I'm just doing shit now. I'm just going back. Dylan, I hope you're still here. I'm just going to give Dylan the old Bobby Justin salute. That's how we salute in the village. And you give him one of these. Anyway, I'm very excited. Let's keep on. Now, this has definitely got to be from a boat, right? Here is another saloon piece. Sha-sha. Hello. I did this for you. I did that for you. Get some. Gilster, I don't know what this part is either, but I think this might be from a boat. and I think these are from the same things. Now, neither one. Oh, wait, this one is marked. This one is marked. But I don't. Hold on. 3162-502 on this piece, but it has no other. Oh! It has no other markings. Unlike this piece, that says Playmobil System 1976 from NR 3120101. Okay, so these are probably not the same pots. Anyway, this is very exciting. I hope everyone is. No, Dylan, you do matter. I said I hope you're still here. I'm a diamond. No, you're a gap. No, Dylan. There's only one motherfucker in this entire chat who is coming to my house and is going out hunting with me. Okay? So don't sound like don't sound like everybody's fucking old lady. Oh, do you not love me? Or am I not special to you? Like you live in my fucking house, motherfucker. There's a lot of motherfuckers don't live in my house. Anyway, Dylan, I love you, you motherfucker. We're going to do some crazy shit. Anyway, let's get back to the Playmobil. Everybody, round of applause for fucking Gilster. Gilster, I've redone my entire war room to incorporate more of a bigger area for the Playmobil, and that's your fault. Playmobil TP. Check this out, you guys. With all the original stickers. This is also from 76, I believe. I know it's on here because I saw it, but where did I see it? Yes, right there, 76, same thing, 76. It's on there, but look at this. All the stickers. Is that not groovy, man? I think that's awesome. Vintage Playmobil is awesome. Also a totem pole, which Playmobil don't really make. The only Indians I ever knew that made totem poles were Clinkets and Haidas. And that's not the kind of Indians that Playmobil makes, so I don't know. I guess don't tell anybody. I'm going to put that this way. But yeah, look at the detail. It's not bad. Pretty good detail on there. You obviously at the bottom have you have man, and then you have what appears to be a bear holding a fish, and then you have what's probably Raven on the top. Most people always think that that's an eagle. It's not. It's a raven. Because Raven is the one who stole the sun. Oh, hello, Now and Jin. Hello. Who else? I'm sorry if I'm missing people. I was sick with Lego. What? Lego? No, Playmobil's the bomb, dude. Also, it's larger, so you can fucking see it. Anyway, yeah, that's the bird on the top is usually always Raven, because Raven's who stole the sun for us. Not no fucking eagle. Okay, now look. I think that's most of the large parts. So now we're getting into like individual things. We're getting into fucking like cool, weird shit that is very exciting to me. The first thing I want to show you is that this is unopened. This is completely sealed. And it has look at the Playmobil, the new space. I know that's hard to see through this old ass bag, but look at that. They had a very extensive space line that I don't know how that's doing. I was never into that, but I bet it's fucking big nuts now, though. But look at this. So this is a sheriff. I can't remember what they call this guy. He does have a specific musket that's not like all the others muskets, right? He is the sheriff, but he has a special badge and he has white gloved hands. Okay, so I have a couple sheriffs just like this guy, but the badge is different and he doesn't have painted white hands. All right, now this cat also. Now these are the two. This is the two. Okay, he has a black regular cattleman crease hat. But the two weird things about this package, and I haven't looked any of this up, but so he has like a Confederate gray shoulder length. What do they call that? Like a greatcoat cape, the cape that only comes to here. What's that called? That's called something. But then look, this motherfucker has a rocking chair in here too. You can't see that very well. I'm sorry. But I'm not opening this. And this is made in Malta. Which, as far as I know, any of the real, what's it called? Gibora Playmobil is made in Germany. So I don't know what this is. This is like, I don't know. This is amazing. And then the date on this motherfucker's foot, it's 1974. So what the fuck, Gilster? Holy motherfucking shit, Gilster! Hey, Vadertron's Toy Chest, how are you? Yeah, play. Oh, really? Oh, really? Damn. Hey, Rolo, what's happening, brother? Rolo, I was just wondering. I know you speak like 4 languages. Oh, yeah. What is GUTER-ABFERTIGUNG? That means station or something, right? Wait, let me find it. Right here. Right here. Can you see those words? I don't know if that's focusing. Hold on. Can you see those words? And then there's more word. And then this cat right here. Boffin. I don't know what that says. Hold on. So the one is Guter Abfertigun, which is not how you say that. And the other one is Bonhonoff. Anyway, I imagine that you probably understand what these mean, yeah? Yeah, doctor. That means station! And that means nicer station! I do not know. Herr Lieberman! Motherfuckers. Anyway, we have to look up what this is. This Playmobil, I've never seen this. And this is made in Malta, which is fucking so cool. Look at this, you guys. So everyone, again, it's German. Yes, I knew it was German. Yeah. Yes. Duh. Lack's not dumb enough to not know that A, Playmobil is made in Germany. And B, I know what German looks like. I've seen enough World War II movies. Yeah. Train station. Bam, I knew that. Do you know why I knew that? Because I'm like Columbo. Because it was on the opposite page of the trains. Exactly. I know you speak 7 languages. I listen when people talk. Zigo is only made in China. Zigo? Oh, Lego? It wasn't always made in China, was it? Hey, how are you? Not too pretty bad. How about yourself? Anyway, Gilster, this may be Gilster. I don't even know what this is. What if this is worth thousands of dollars? We're going to have to, I don't know, man. This is very special. I don't know. I don't even know what this is, but I know that is special. It says made in Malta. I've never seen any Playmobil shit that says that. Printed in Federal Republic of Germany, 1989. Carriage load. Oh, carriage load. Okay, that's what I thought. When I said station and nicer station, I was thinking of like cargo. This is like, like deliveries around the back, that kind of a thing. Here's the cargo station, and here's the passenger station. Yeah. I speak German. Yeah. Yes, Republic of Germany. Oh, wow. I don't speak any of them, but I can make my way through anywhere. Because Lack is versed in the international language of love, baby. Yeah. Oh, I'm out of shit. Okay, let's keep going. First of all, so Gilster sent this play person who I guess was a mechanic. I don't know, but couldn't you paint that up to look like Mario? Doesn't that look like Mario? With his hat? Like we could paint him to, I don't know. I don't know who that is. So more vintage Playmobil. There's so much shit. We have a very vintage, chariot style. Look at this. Complete. I think it's, it looks complete. It looks complete. Holy Toledo. Ah! Hold on. Let me put this there. And let me put this like this. That's got to be how it goes. Yes. Snap, 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 snap. So dig this. A, carriage, they would call that. I have the matching 4-wheel covered wagon that's this same brown and, 2 shades of brown. This is very cool. It's very cool. So you can take once we get everything out on this table and set up where it can be seen, we will back everything up and then we will look at it all. Does that make sense? We have horses, but these, if you notice, are special horses. They have saddles painted on them. I've never seen these saddles, or I've never seen these horses. They have little crowns painted on them. As opposed to, see, like this. Let me find a horse with no saddle so I can take. Okay, now this horse, you can see it has a saddle, but this is a non-removable saddle. This is one of the older first runs of their horses. Yeah, 74. See that? Duffman! Volkswagen. Okay, take it easy now, and Jen. Don't work too hard or doing whatever you're doing. Don't let your old man catch you surfing on the internet. Who knows? So, but you see this has no, right? And then they came out with horses with removable saddles, but they still didn't have this cool blanket painted on them. Well, now, and this is still like 74. They did all this in literally 1 year. They were like, nope, this is not good enough. So this is very cool. I only have a couple horses that have these saddles or these painted on blankets, and they are not like this. These all have the same emblem on them. Whoop. Even though they're different. Same little crown on them. So that's obviously for a group of soldiers. You also have different types of, I'm going to grab all the horses. I'm grabbing all the horses. See, here is a horse with no saddle, but it's made to have a removable saddle, right? Here is one of those said removable saddles. You can see it's removable because it has a split in the bottom. And that can be switched from horse to horse. And it makes a cute little click sound. And then these bridles are removable too, which I don't really know. I mean, if you put it in the pasture, you need to take the motherfucking bridle off. Even a fucking little kid knows that. So that's why they have it. So here's a very John Wayne bay horse with a very nice traditional Western saddle. This is another type of saddle that they make. Now this one has a bedroll accessory, which we do have, but we'll get to it. And then see, this has a place for a rifle. That little hole right there. But this is also removable because it has the split. So motherfucker, we got let me put these over here. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 horses so far. 3 of them are part of some sort of special brigade because they have the same emblem painted on their saddle blanket, their blanket. Here's another piece. I have no idea what this is. This is from 76. And it has no other... It definitely is some sort of roof, though. I mean, look how it's... You know, it's not boards. It's, you know, shiplap. It's overlapping. So, I don't know. This, I believe, is a bunk bed because I've seen some other parts in here. So, I believe that's part of a bunk bed. We'll leave that there. We're going to put this part back on the ground. I have no idea. I don't think this is part of the bunk bed because it doesn't. But I see other parts. That's why I think that is a bunk bed. I don't know. We have 2 of these. For what? We're not sure yet. We have a cannon carriage. Oh, this is not a carriage for the... I know what this is now. Because I have one of these that's... Whoa, I have one of these that are blue. Right, so here's the... this is mobile, you know, mobile artillery unit. Horse artillery. And then there's a cannon part that should be going in here. So that's cool. That's awesome. We'll find that. We'll find that. We have a buzzard. And of course, Playmobil's so badass that their buzzard articulates so it can eat or do whatever. It's very cool. We're going to put that on this building. I'm trying to go through. This might take a while. Fence posts? I don't know. No, I think it's part of a building. Some of these parts I'm just going to show you and go through. You know what I mean? Because if we go, it's going to take a billion hours. These are very awesome. The Playmobil animals are always very impressive. I used to have a buffalo. I can't find it. I'm on a mission I want 10 Playmobil buffalo to sit next to me and make me feel good. This is obviously a table. I recognize this because there was a table in the old pirate ship that was a lot like this. So I see this. This is definitely a table for a larger play, whatever. A ship or something. I don't know. Let me see. There's a couple plants in here. Playmobil fucking has it covered, man. These motherfuckers are on it. On it like Blue Bonnet. So we have a lovely tree. I mean, not a lovely tree. It's actually a dead snag. And then this. Oh, yeah, look, here's one. I was about to say, this tree I know comes with 4 or 5 of these little. So it's like the Old West movie where it says Colorado Springs, Silver Ranch, Emerald City, greatest little whorehouse in Texas, the Cheyenne Club, whatever the fuck. So that's unnecessary. These are the bases for the plants. If you're not familiar with Playmobil, see, dig that, and they plug in. And any plant plugs into any of them, you know, unless there's like a special one, which that's what I'm about to show you. I see a special one in here, but it's like a 3-piece one. So I'm looking for all the pieces, but I saw the pieces. I know they're in here. I know they're in here because I saw it. But so dig this. So here is another plant, a cactus. Yeah, the pirate ship was awesome. Rickshaw. I think a rickshaw is not pulled by people, though. Or, yeah, rickshaw is pulled by people, is it not? I got something. There's something. There's more to this, but we haven't gotten there yet because I've seen this before. And there's a third piece, and it all comes together, and it goes into this giant one. I've seen that. I know it is. Here's another horse, but this is worth mentioning that. Inner space? No, I've never even heard of that. I've never. Oh, yeah, that. Yeah. Do y'all fucking smoke it or fucking turn it into booze and drink it? Watch it for free. Okay, I've never even heard of that. Inner space. I'll check that out. This is one of my favorite Playmobil horses. That pattern. I love that horse. All right. Here's another very cool horse. It's got a guy already on it. One of my favorite guys. We'll pull him off. Another awesome John Wayne looking horse. And then here is an original 70. Now this guy, he originally had a coonskin cap. But see, he's a mountain man. And he's got fringe on down his arms and shit. Whoa! Just throw that down anywhere. No, I can't. No, I can't. No, I can't, G-Force, because I don't know what I said. I don't know what I said. This is one of my favorite dudes, though. This is definitely, like, when I was a kid, this was always, like, the Davy Crockett, the Daniel Boone, the mountain man. That's what he was. And look out, for 1974, it's got to be hand done. There's no CNC machines automated doing that, I don't think, in 74. Maybe in Germany, if there's any words, it would be Germany, yeah. Yeah, doctor. Anyway, I love this guy, GILLSTER. This is one of my favorite motherfucking Playmobil dudes. Love that guy. Love that guy, man. Oh, all right. So now look. So actually, I see some guys that are definitely part of an army. So I see that, obviously. So let me pull all those guys out at once and show you them. I also just found, look at this. This is this guy's original hat. Now I think this guy also had a blonde beard and he had a rifle and no pistol belt. But there's his mountain man hat. Ba-bam! That is original to that figure. I know that. I know that to be a fact. Okay, so dig this. Now, some people would think that these are just guys that look the same, but originally, the Union soldiers were sold like this. They were just all this two-tone blue. But you knew they were soldiers because they came with one guy who had some sergeant stripes, and they generally came with some sort of commander that they put the buttons on, And you can see this kepi. Let's see the sergeant here. And sometimes there's yellow bandanas and a couple other little things that can make these plainer looking blue guys look more soldiery. And then see, these guys also have kepis, which there are accessories. Like I said, oh look, see, there's a bag of accessories here, there's a bag of accessories here, and there's bigger accessories not in bags down there. So these all could very well be complete, and I have different stuff too. But so look, here is immediately 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a group of 6 Union or United States. I mean, they don't have to be. Union kind of conjures up the idea that it's the Civil War, but these can just be American soldiers of any. I mean, you know what I mean? They wore blue for a long time, before and after. So, but very cool. Look at that. I'm gonna put these guys over here, but next to those horses. Because those might be the guys for those horses, right? I don't know. There's more guy. Oh, wait. Oh, look, here's another one. So what do we say, 6? Now there's 7. That's more of like an actual squad. Now see, this guy is not one of them because he is one color blue. See? The soldiers are two-tone blue. This guy is one tone, same blue. And also this guy, he's two-tone, but it's black and blue. So he was not sold as the soldier. And then this guy's all blue. This was one of my favorite guys as a kid. All blue with the white arms. This was always like the, like the farmer who was, they look like Donald Trump's. Who does? Oh, you organized every small bag. I know you did. I figured you did. Oh, wow. You have 2 Viking ships? That's so cool. I had a pirate ship. Let's see. I'm going to pull out. I see some other blue guys. I'm pulling out these few guys. Pulling out guys that look like they kind of match. Like I can see plainly they go together in however way. Not that they're soldiers or whatever. Now you got these 2 guys. I don't know what their deal is, but one of them is wearing white gloves and the other one's not. But they're the same guy pretty much, except for the gloves. You see how this guy's got like skin tone hands, and then this guy has white gloved hands. So I don't know what these guys are. Are they waiters? I'm not sure. Maybe they're surgeons or something. I don't know. All these figures I'm showing you are all 74, and I recognize most all of them, and that's why I can just tell you without even looking. Like on the bottom of this guy's foot says 1974, because I've had this guy. I have this guy on my shelf right now. And I have to tell you what, Gilster, these are in amazing condition. Like, look how shiny. Like, do you see how shiny this guy's legs are? Look at his feet. They shine. This motherfucker ain't been sitting around. That has been taken care of. That's amazing. Amazing. The blue army with yellow hair. They look like... I don't see it. I don't get it. Here's a third one of these pieces that we don't know what it is. Here is a table. I do own this table. I mean, I own this table, so I know what that is. Rolando, what's happening, brother? We're going through some Playmobil, another table. After we go through these, I wanted to... And oh, look. It's a trap! It's a trap! This is not Playmobil, obviously, but it was in the box. GILLSTER. Awesome. I'm going to put him in a Y-wing and let everybody freak out. Oh, they're a corral? Oh, okay. Right on. I did not. Okay. Part of a corral. Right on, G-Force. Right on, G-Force. Right the fuck on, motherfucker. That was cool, man. And look, here is this the bed. We have beddage, a bit of beddage. Here's another soldier horse, but it has a crown on it, so I do not think those are not for the Union soldiers. I have a Union soldier general who has a painted blanket, and it has like cross sabers, and it's very American looking. This is not American looking with the crown on it at all. So I don't think those are for those soldiers. Now, I did find these guys, dig these guys. These could definitely go on these horses because these guys don't have to be Americans, especially with this fez. But look at these motherfuckers. The fez is cool, man. I have a custom We'll show once we go through these, we're going to incorporate all of these into the area that I have, the table where all my shit is. Y'all have seen the shelf with the Playmobil on it. Well, that shelf is now. Hey, what's up, Mark? What are you doing, motherfucker? I love you, man. I hope you're doing well. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're doing well, Mark. Hey, you're going to take this job and shove it. Oh, you just watched Picard? Fuck that, man. Watch Blunt Talk. Anyway, I have a custom set of Confederate Zouaves that are representative to me, at least, as the 1st Louisiana Special Battalion known as Wheat's Tigers. And I bought them from a guy in Germany who obviously works at the fucking factory and fucking sweeps up all the shit and goes home and makes this and sells it for, kind of a lot. But they are awesome. They are fucking awesome. And I just showed my old lady one time. I was like, man, look at these customs. These are so badass. And there's like $100 for 7 of them. And she bought them for me just like, I think it was Christmas or maybe it was my birthday, but it was like 6 months later. Did not expect it. And anyway, they're awesome. And of course, being Zouaves, the commander is wearing a fez like this. Zouave, I'm not really sure. I'm just a poor old country boy, and nobody I ever grew up even knew how to say it. So, Zouave. But most all militaries at that time had a detachment of guys that were dressed like that. But yeah, these guys are cool. Oh, and then so Wheat's Tigers obviously is commanded by a guy whose name was Rubidoux Wheat. And he was in the U.S. military. Most everybody was in the U.S. military before the Civil War broke out, right? And the reason that, Confederate uniforms were actually light blue because they were the old American uniforms. And then the United States changed the uniforms from light blue to dark blue. Nobody ever made gray. It was light blue and it faded to gray. And so that's, it's kind of a misconception of. But anyway, Rubidoux Wheat, he had a blue uniform. A lot of Confederates in the early part of the war all had blue uniforms because there was no other uniform. They're all American soldiers. So it's, a bit confusing there at times if you read about the Battle of Manassas. Still rules your house. Yeah, Commander Wheat. I mean, yeah, he was killed in action after fucking up some motherfuckers with his sword. He was pretty cool. Yeah, we're going to show. Oh, hey, shout out to Ed at Rebels, Reptiles, and Games. He had a live stream I missed, and he fucking was talking swords. And I missed it. But it's okay. We'll get together and talk swords. I have some swords here also that we can show whenever. But we're going to get back to Playmobil right now because this is going to take forever as it is. As it is. Darth Muzza, hello. Mr. T, hello. I hope I don't miss anybody. Let's get back to it, motherfuckers. So, hey, thanks, G-Force, for the corral update. That was a good idea. That is a corral. I see it now. We also, obviously, to go with the corral is a trough for the fucking shit to eat and drink out of. So that makes sense. These are some of my favorite furnitures in the world. I'd like some of these for my house, actually. These are rifle racks. Very decorative and nice. I like that. We have 2 of them. Thank you, GILLSTER. This is probably my favorite Playmobil furniture, is this rifle rack. I don't know if that's weird or whatever, but we're going to pull out some more guys. We have another horse. Man, we have a lot of horses. Holy shit. Oh, this is not Playmobil, but GILLSTER sent me this too. I think this guy, does he fly something called like the Interrogator or something like that? I don't know. When I was a kid, I didn't have a lot of G.I. Joes. I remember them I was told they were expensive. I don't know. But I didn't have a lot of G.I. Joes. But I had this guy, and it was a hand-me-down from my cousin. And I never knew. I thought this was Cobra Commander to me. But apparently this is not. This is just some asshole who flies a helicopter. But look, this motherfucker looks like he's goddamn somebody, doesn't he? Look, he's got the fucking... I don't know. I was just... What the fuck? He's got his cool boots. Anyway, thanks, Gilster. I had this as a kid. And it brings back fond memories. So I appreciate that. I think that's fucking very cool. Ah, wait. We have another corral piece. We're gonna, once we get all these things out, we're gonna scoot all this back, and then we're gonna fucking put it out. So we can, so we'll see like some horses in the corral, whatever you want to do. But we gotta see what's going on, and like, we gotta, there's accessories that are loose and shit. You know, there's like no names to faces and shit. There's a lot of things going on here. We have quite a few plant-based products. Gilster also threw this in. This we talked about this in the live, but like, so I guess this is like Smokey, but this is not the snowman. This is just some mechanic. But look, so there's Smokey from Smokey and the Bandit, and then here's some guy that works on his fucking truck, or his plumber. I don't know. You will with Lax. What will with Lax live stream? Yeah. For real. If anybody wants to fucking actually put together like a fucking toy hunt, let's go see Gilster. Because like I said, Gilster definitely shows. And if y'all follow Gilster on Instagram, you will know that yes, he is right. And like, let's go see. Let's go. Let's fucking go. They have a big toy convention there in, what is it, in October? And so this is not Playmobil, but there was in there. Hello? Pizza delivery. We'll put him over there with Admiral Akbar. This is amazing, Gilster. There's so much shit. This is so crazy. I'm pulling out figures so we can... Here's the corral. I'm going to put the corral back here for now. And if I find another piece, we will put them in there, okay? Oh, excuse me! Okay, now, remember when I was talking about a sheriff? This is that sheriff, okay? But you can see... definitely a plumber. Yeah, I know, right? Definitely looks like a plumber. You can see his hands are the same color as his face, and his badge is like painted on, and it's just painted on one-dimensional. This badge, if you look at this badge close enough, hold on, let me try to get it. Whoop. If you look at that badge, first of all, it's a different shape, but you can see that's three-dimensional. And like you can feel it. Like I can feel the badge. It's like a little piece of metal that they cut out and put in there. It's really amazing. You know, but see, this is the same sheriff except for those two details. And you know, don't mind this red bandana, right? Because this is the one cool thing about Playmobil. All these accessories come off the hair. Anybody can be any colored hair you want. You know, you can change it. No big deal. And it's all made to do that. You're not even doing something the company doesn't want you to do. I'm not sure who this guy is, but I've never had him, but I always thought he was cool. And he does not come in the same package with this guy, but these guys could obviously hang out. You know, these guys are obviously like, if you want to do like a fighting Kentuckian or any whatever, those guys are obviously hanging out. Those guys have drank together at Rendezvous. No problem. Now look, we got some natives. We have a lot of native accessory. I think we have more accessories than we have Nates. But very cool. Very cool. Here's another one, but he doesn't have his. So you can take this. It's not broken. See, you plug that in there. Just like that. And then these cuffs, these white cuffs on his arms and the red choker, that's all. You can take all that off, no problem. Change them, put them on different guys. I'm looking around to see if there's any more natives. Because look, here's a headdress with hair still in it. But I don't have no Indian missing hair, you know? So I don't know where this is just an extra one, which is kind of cool. But look, the hair fits on anybody, right? So now you have a... Now he's Indian agent. Mr. T. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, you can. Yeah. Prospector. Yeah, that does look like a the prospector I had that had the... I'm talking to G-Force. He said prospector. The prospector I have that came with the two mules with the gold and the sluice box, he looks a lot like this guy, but he's wearing overalls. Like he's wearing... And then... he came with another guy who again looks like this, but it's not the same. It's like the same colors, but it's reversed or something. I can't remember. But yeah, prospect. I always did like these guys. I have a whole group of like prospectors, and some are customs and some are like the guy. But like the loggers and the fucking miners and the tree cutters and all, you know what I mean? Like I have a whole group of those guys, you know, and like they have like Playmobil does make like, oh, this is the working man line, but like they don't have, you know, in the Western line they don't necessarily have the working, you know, they don't have the working men of the Western line. You know, when they got like the Chinese guy cooking a duck and shit over by the fire. That's what you do. There's a lot of cool accessories in here. I'm just looking through this guy. I have this guy. He's part of a bandit pack, and he has a bandolero, and he comes with like two other dudes. I remember this guy. That guy's cool. I have that guy. These are all 74. Every one of these. Every one of these. And then look, okay, so I showed you this cool guy, right? And he's got that cool yellow hat. But accessory-wise, we have this cool yellow sombrero. And you're going to have a yellow cattleman's crease. It's called a cattleman's crease, if y'all don't know. The block that's like all cowboy hats are anymore. That's called a cattleman's crease. This is called open crown, like Billy Jack. This, if you look really hard, it's got 3 dents in it, okay? Some people would call that a campaign hat now, but that's not. Before it was ever called a campaign hat, it was called a Montana Peak or a Sugarloaf. And it can have 3 dents, or it can have 4 dents. I think a campaign hat has 4. But anyway, that's so the rain doesn't. If you live out in the woods, that's kind of the hat you want, because it's the only one that doesn't hold water. You know what I'm saying? You don't want fucking water in your hat. You want it to run off of it. Anyway, Playmobil has a whole bunch of cool hats. Here's another sombrero, but white, which is very nice. And then these are like miners or prospector hats, right? Because they flip up in the front. That's how I always used them. They don't have to be, though, right? Because I have a gray one. Like if you dig this guy, right? So he's like, there's gold in them hills. There's gold in them hills, sonny. But you can take the same hat if it's a different color, and you can put it on the side. So you know, what is he? Maybe he's a musketeer. Uh-huh. I say on God. So you can change it up. I have a gray one of these. I have the same hat that's gray that flips up on the side, and I have a custom. Hey, cat. Hello, cat. Hello. Meow. I have this same hat that's gray, and it's my Jeb Stuart, my Confederate General Jeb Stuart custom. So that's cool. You know what I mean? That's cool. Man, we've got a lot of little things in here. We have more trees. There's a base somewhere. I saw that base. We have chairs for the table, which I think is awesome. We have 3 chairs for the table. Oh, yes. We have a couple of the Stagecoach stickers left right there. How cool is that? Very cool. Number 3080-894. Awesome. Jiminy Christmas, Gilster. Oh, this is a cool one. I think this goes with this guy. See? And he went trapping, and he is tanning this hide to sell it. Very cool. Man. Another vulture, buzzard, whatever you want to call them. That makes 3 of those up there on top of that building. Okay, cool. All right. You remember when I said there was an Indian with no hair? Here he is. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. And here's 2 more chairs for the table. Wow. So now we have, the tables only come with 4 chairs. So we definitely have more, but that's fine. I have a whole fort. This is all going to get incorporated. Look, here's another one of these we just found. So now we know that Silver Ranch is that direction, and Colorado Springs is that direction. You know? But which way does the tree go? Oh my God, you better get your compass out. You better get your fucking compass out, goddammit. Okay, now this guy and this guy, you remember what? Okay, so when I showed you those soldiers, goddamn. When I showed you those, how they were two-tone, they're two-tone, right, or whatever, and then like some of these other ones, like, see, this one's all one color. But you see how his hands, yeah, see how his hands are skin color? Are, okay, so these, and they don't have to be yellow, but Playmobil did a bunch of these all, he wasn't very fuzzy, was he? Oh, Colorado. Colorado. I used to live in Colorado. And when I lived in Colorado, nobody lived there except hippies and deer hunters, you know, and bandits. It was great. And we called it, and you know, Hunter S. Thompson was the sheriff of fucking Snowmass, man. Fucking A. Colorado. I used to live there. But you see these guys, how they're all one color and their hands are the same color, yellow? These are generally, as far as I know, these are generally knights. And they can be red or whatever color, but their hands are all one color. And I think that those are generally knights. Now, I think some of the very first Indians were like that, but they had brown faces. And then very soon after that, they started doing these very cool paint apps. Look at the paint on these. I mean, that's better than fucking, that's more paint that's on a modern day Hasbro figure, goddammit. What the fuck? Am I wrong? Crash Test Dummies. Oh, you're right, that does look like that. And then look, here's his little, some of these I really, like if it's not Western, I can't be too exactly sure about it. Or if it's not, I definitely recognize some of the more vintage. If it's not, this does not go on there. This might be, sometimes you get a hat that won't go on, and sometimes you realize it's a kid's hat, which is hard to tell. Oh, that is really stuck. Almost broke my tooth. Wow. I don't even know what to do here. Let's do this. There's so many, this is like, it's just little stuff. I don't know what to do. Ah! Okay. Okay, I think we're gonna have to get busy actually putting shit like up where you can see it now, right? So like, dig this. Let's move back. We have a whole table to work with here, so let's scoot back. Woo! Hello. Okay, we have our little town right there. We have some water. Okay. So, holy shit, this is a lot of stuff, Gilster. Let's start with the big stuff. So here's our little, let's see, we can come down like that, because you don't really need to see. So here we put our chariot. We've got our chariot, and he pulls a cannon that we don't have right now, okay? We don't have that cannon right now. We got some things that hold rifles that we can put out in front of the gun store. Matter of fact, I think this wagon we're going to put slightly off camera, okay? So he's right there. Right out in front of the gun store, we have the cafe with our chairs. You can put those there. We have a whole fucking herd of horses. We have a whole herd of horses that are hanging out, waiting to find owners or riders or whatever, right? We have some army guys here trying to keep the peace. Or maybe they're looking over their horses. I don't know. So here's some army guys. And see, I'm separating everything in a bigger area so I can see what's going on. This guy's very excited about seeing his horse. Here, we've already found a hat for one of those guys. Another soldier. Here's some blue guys, but that are not soldiers. So we'll separate them like that for now. Here's some more horses. More horses. We have some blue and white guys right here, right? So I think they probably work at the cafe. They look like waiters. This guy's coming out of his apartment building. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to see what's going on here. More horses. More horses. Hello. More horses. Plumber dude. Cacti. Okay. One part of the bed. We're still missing part 2 of the bed. This. We have another table here. We have another table. Colorado. Maybe these guys are all looking at the map. It's lunchtime. Bring out the cannons. I'm looking for the cannon. I didn't see a cannon in there. I have not seen the cannon. Here's the corral, which is still cool. I didn't see the cannon yet. Some cacti, which we'll put over here. Duffman! Yeah, Duffman's here. Let's see what we got going on here. My favorite horse. Let's see. Let's get my favorite horse and put my favorite guy on him. And let's trade. Yeah, that looks good. So they'll do that. We have a very cool hat. We'll put over here by the store. This is the hat that goes on the sheriff. Where's the sheriff now? I saw him. We put that head on him. So he has a buffalo head. Right here. Bam. See that? But he has no hair. We'll take some hair off of... Wow, the hair is really stuck on a lot of these figures. I've never had that kind of problem. That's okay. We just won't change them. The thing with Playmobil is once they're vintage like that, if the motherfucker, don't force it. It should just pop. It should have just a little bit of resistance and then fucking just pop right off. And that's if you're going to customize them or whatever you're going to do. Bam. Sheriff. Okay, and he's over here. He's like, now, boys, I done told you get away from these goddamn horses. I don't give a fuck what your goddamn government says. That law don't go around here. All right, now here's the Indian who had no hair. So we put him on some hair. Good. Now, he's hanging out on top of the building over here where no one can see him. All right, we got some yellow dudes. Mostly yellow dudes. Here's a modern guy. If anybody's into any, this is, I don't know, this is a cop or something. He has a flashlight or whatever. I used one of these cool modern guys to do a custom of Blue Sasquatch. I still got to send. I mean, I'm so behind on sending out stuff to people. I'm so sorry. All right, here's the Viva Resistance. Who I would have thought maybe these were their horses, but I got more horses than guys. But that, I mean, that's all right. Here's another modern figure. Lady Cop. What year is this? 97. 97. Lady Cop. That's cool. This is, I have a thing like this that's shorter legged and it's the stand for a drum. But this looks like it's like a cult, like for a cauldron or something. I don't know. You see that? I don't know. So we'll put that there. We'll put these Indian guys here. And we got some ladies over here. I don't know what they're doing. And they don't all have to be hanging out, but I don't know exactly. And let's see, we had a yellow guy. And now look, we've discovered these. These are totally vintage. Just like those yellow guys. See how their hands are the same color? So we got some red dudes. Now we got some, I mean, now fucking Playmobil campfire. Playmobil campfire. Whoop. Playmobil campfire. Let me see. Now this, I've seen this figure. I think this is like from the Alpine Ski Lodge. Yeah, you put that in the middle of a pizza. Yeah, no, I don't know. Is that what that is? I used to use those a lot. But this is like from the Alpine Lodge or something, I think, that figure. That's very cool. That is definitely 74. Yep. We have a cone from the worker, what do you call that? The blue collar tour, man. Okay, look, here is a ramrod for the cannon. That goes over here with the cannon chariot thing. Here's another ramrod for the cannon. That goes with the chariot thing. Here's a yard rake. That's very cool. Very cool. Everyone, round of applause for GILLSTER. Round of applause for GILLSTER. Look at all this magnificentness. Look at all this magnificentness. Oh, here's something special I want to show. So I've owned a lot of Playmobil, right? Every horse bridle I've ever owned is that color. It's that color. Look at this one. It's black or dark brown. That is so cool. I've never seen that. I've never seen that. That is not, it's not, there's nothing wrong with it either. Like you can tell, there's nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly clean. It's not been dyed or fucking, it hasn't aged. But I've never seen that. That is very exciting. The other thing I've also never seen on a Playmobil horse is, see how this one's got a white muzzle on it? I've never had one that does that. That had they put that extra paint in there. Does anybody know what that is supposed to be? I don't know. What do you think that is? I don't know. Cloudy with a chance of meatballs? I don't know about y'all, but I'm about to get some meatballs. Okay, here's our, what do you call this guy? The Prospector. That is a cool dude. I'm not necessarily matching up. If I see something I know that matches, I'm going to put it there. But other than that, I'm just kind of getting stuff spread out so I can see it, you know? Here's two matching dudes that are just like the sheriff, except they have no badge. But that's very cool. I'm going to put GILLSTER. I don't know if y'all can see this. It's kind of hard to see, but do you see how shiny this is? Do y'all see how shiny this is? These are just like unused, uncirculated, some of the nicest Playmobil I've ever seen. Oh, here it is. It's a, look, it's a wash basin. Do, 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 do. You put your water in there and you wash your hands and you wash your face. And that's what you do with it, motherfuckers. What do you think of that? Ha ha ha. Another good hat. Very John Wayne hat. These are for the soldiers. Obviously, this is a Sam Brown setup. Sam Brown, not meaning the color, meaning the guy who invented this type of setup. And all he really did is he put everybody's belt was dragging their shit down. So he put this piece over his shoulder to hold it up. His name was Sam Brown. And it's like, you know, okay. Okay, good job, Sam Brown. We have a double holster rig. You can see that. 2 guns. I have 2 guns. 1 for each of ya. As opposed to the single rig right here. So we'll put them over here by this gun store. Oh, here's the motorcycle cop lady's helmet. If anybody needs a motorcycle cop lady, let me know. Because I am going to move on to more modern pieces that I'm not going to use in my stuff, Gilster, just so you know. I hope you're not offended. I hope you're not offended. But there is some fucking dynamite shit in here, man. Whoa. I'm going to try and show you these. I do look at a lot of these Playmobil hats on eBay. And, like, each one of these hats sometimes are, like, some of them are up to $5. I mean, that's with shipping. You know, most of them, if you can get them from a cool dude, you can get them for, like, $2 a piece. And then he'll fucking obviously give you a deal on shipping. But, like, Playmobil hats are expensive. You know? Let's see. Oh, we have another gun belt. Single this time. Light brown. We have a saddle, which I'm going to put on. Whoa! Whoa! So this horse is obviously like the commander's horse, right? Because, oh no, this saddle doesn't go on there. I see now. I was going to put this saddle on there, but it covers up the emblem. So this saddle obviously doesn't go on there. So maybe you put, yeah, that's the saddle that goes on there. So you can still see the little painted crown on the back. Right? And then so that cool ass saddle needs to go on a horse with no blanket, basically, because it covers up. Because see, it's got the saddlebag, which is very cool. Much more realistic. Very realistic. Here is a painted one with a painted saddle blanket on. I just put that saddle on him. We have the trough, again, for everyone to eat out of. Let's move some of these down. Let's move some of this down. This is a vintage 74, all black. Again, usually the all one color figures came with the knights mostly. Another buzzard. Another buzzard. Wow. And then let's see here. More hats. These are a lot of accessories and a lot of good ones. We have chairs. I don't think everybody wants to see each individual one, do you? I mean, I don't want to be rude or anything, but some, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to see each individual thing. This is a knight shield with a sticker on it. That's very cool. That's very cool. I have a couple of these left over from when I was a kid that have the sticker on them, and you know, and they're very cool. Here's a knight armor that goes on like this. See? And then here's a knight helmet that can go on, and articulated visor. It's pretty cool. Playmobil is top-notch shit. Oh, now look, I saw these, and I have never seen these. Check this out. So, if you will notice, obviously, this saddle right here is an American Western saddle with a horn and a skirt and a cantle and a swell, right? And then look, this is obviously an English saddle. Or maybe, yeah, this is an English saddle. I was going to say Australian saddle, but I would base, I don't know. You'd have to talk to them why there's a difference. To an American, they look very similar. But look, this does not have a horn. It doesn't have a cantle. It doesn't have a swell. I've never seen a non-American Western saddle on Playmobil. See, here's another one. It's got a horn. Horn, swell, cantle. That's an American Western saddle. This is not. Now, don't confuse that with the ones that they sometimes give you to... Let me find a horse here. Don't let that confuse you with this saddle, which is made more to be an Indian saddle. See, if you look at the difference between that one and the one we just saw, you see that this one has the contour and the little skirt piece of a European saddle, whereas this one is supposed to be like an Indian riding on nothing but a blanket or something, which of course you're not supposed to put the Indian saddle on a horse with a blanket, but I don't have one that doesn't right now. But very cool. There's a lot of little accessories. This is probably going to take way longer than we're even going to have for this video or this live stream. You know what I mean? Okay, we found that. Santa Fe. Now we know which direction Santa Fe is, and we know which direction Colorado Springs are, and Silver Ranch. So if you're still lost, then, fuck you, man. Like, you're obviously not paying attention. Here, hey, look at this. Bam, look at that fucking poncho I just found for that guy. Like this, look. I think that's how this guy goes. I think that's how it goes. Very cool. Very cool. I also think these little hats go on these guys. Now this kind of, I don't know, this is like very like Russian Navy to me. I mean, maybe not modern, but I thought these guys could have been French or they could have been anything. But now that I see that they're red and blue with this little hat, like that's like whatever. That's like Russian Navy. I mean, I guess it's not supposed to be anything, but if you wanted to play it as that could be that, I think. Oh, this is, I already took one figure apart, Gilster, because I'm using this for a Rooster Cogburn custom. Rooster Cogburn custom. And then a Playmobil dog. That's very cool. How's everybody doing? I'm not keeping up with, hey, good night, Cat. I'm sorry I'm not keeping up with the chat. I have the camera down now so y'all can see what's going on. Another yellow guy. Fuck, man, there's a lot of shit here. Whoa, dominoes. This is one of my favorite. Oh, I see the other part to the bed now. Nice. So you have cow skull. You have a cow skull with the little hooks on the back. So they can, if you so choose to, you can usually hook that on like a tree. See? But not only does Playmobil make the cow skull, but they also make the ceremonial native painted steer skull, which is also very cool. Here we have a, I haven't seen one of these in years. These are definitely part of the Knights. The Night Line. The Night Line. Let me see. You get these cool not Peter Pan. I guess Peter Pan wore that hat too. What's his name? Robin Hood. You get these cool little Robin Hood hats in the Night Line. Night Line. I like to party. I like the, what's that song? This, I've had a lot of Indian Playmobil, and I've never had this headdress, and this is like my favorite motherfucking headdress. This is so cool. Gilster, I've never had this. I don't think this headdress is from the 70s. I think this is an early 90s headdress, but I've seen it. But you see how it's not the same buffalo It's not the same buffalo head dress as that, see, because this one has the whole, this is more actually what it would look like because it's got the cape and the scalp on it, see. That's so awesome, Gilster. I saw that right away in the package and I was like, holy shit, because I think that's awesome. Whew, I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna have to at least take 2 minutes and go get some water to drink here in a second, motherfuckers. Hey, 9 people in here. Thank you very much, everybody. Please hit the like. These are sword hangers. These go across the... Obviously, you would probably understand that already. Let's see, this goes across the figures like that. And so you can put their sword in there. Oh, and here happens to be a sword. So you can actually see. I actually think I put this one on backwards. These are directional because to make the sword hang at the appropriate angle for it to draw. See? Like you can see if you put it on backwards and you put the sword in there backwards, right? The sword is hanging down that way. So it's everything is pretty fucking fitted pretty good on these German. Yeah, lieber man. Very cool. Great accessories. Great. Here's the bandolier to that guy. Where did I just put that dude? Where are you? I had him at the cafe, I thought. I thought you were at the cafe. I put him right over here. He was going into his apartment. Did he leave? He must have left. He was like, fuck you guys. I'm not hanging out here. He just got up and walked off. Oh, here he is. Motherfucker, what are you doing? This is this guy's bandolier. I told you he came with a bandolier, and this is it. This guy was in a set. I think this guy's in the set with the guy with this white horse. That's my favorite right here. And I think also this tree with the signs on it. And it's like a band. I don't know what they're called, but they're like the Bandit Gang or some shit. And this is one of the guys. And he has that bandolier on. Wow. And here we have another chair. I think we have 8 chairs now, maybe. We have gun belts for everybody, it's looking like. Oh man, we have a scythe. Some people would call it a sickle. It's also a sickle. I guess a scythe, I don't know. I think it's 1/2 dozen or another. A sickle can also not have, it can also just be used like a hammer, but I guess this is technically a scythe. I used one of these before. Generally, it has a much more curved main beam that goes around your body. Hey, everybody, whoever's going, see you. See you, Mr. T. Hit the like button if you're not a pretentious narcissist. That's so Dylan knows. Hit the like button if you're not a pretentious narcissist. That's hilarious, man. You're a funny guy. Hey, here's the other part of that bed. Here is the other part of that bed. Now, look. Now it's a full bed. Dig it. Dig it. Nice. Nice, motherfucker. This is one of my kids' blocks. I don't know why that's up here. And then look, we have some reins. I think most of anything I'm looking at here now are stuff I've shown you, like saddles, the thing that goes around your neck. Here's a briefcase, and these briefcases usually, yeah, dig this. So a Playmobil briefcase for a 3-inch figure, and I knew it did because Playmobil's about, it opens. You know, and you can put a butt in there or whatever you need to put in there and save it for later. But yeah, look at this little tiny briefcase, and it opens. And every Playmobil briefcase I've ever seen opens, no matter what it is. It opens. You know. Yeah, I think all the rest of these accessories you have seen. I don't want to like double up. Here's a very cool shield. That's painted. That's not a sticker. That is painted. If it's hand painted or whatever, I don't know exactly. But that is paint. And like, look at that. And this, now remember, these are 3-inch figures. And so I don't know how big that shield is, right? But like, you know, that the shield is like basically the size of my, it's a little bigger around than my thumb. Not by much. You know what I mean? And like, so I'm just saying that's a lot of cool shit going on that little piece of plastic right there, man. So cool. Now there's some weapons here. I feel like let's go through some of these weapons. Let's go through some of these weapons, and then I'm going to show them to you like individually, okay? And then we may start winding it down. I might show you a sword or two. Pause for the cause. Who's in here? Yeah, Captain Spaulding. Yeah, he sent me this, and he sent me some other stuff too. If you look at that video where we unboxed GILLSTER's thing, you see all this. He gave me a cookbook, a John Wayne cookbook. He gave me 2 of the coolest refrigerator magnets that has ever been. He gave me a cool Gonzo figure that my son has now. It's not my figure, it's his, because he loves the Muppets, you know. And man, there was some other things too. Shit, man. Oh, those vintage Star Wars figures I showed you, these play people I showed you, the John Wayne cookbook. You'll have to watch that video. But when I got to the bags of Playmobil shit, I had to stop the video. I was like, oh my God, there's fucking 2 hours worth of shit here. This is amazing. Yeah, sure did. Yeah. I hope you did get a great deal on the bag, because I assure you, sir, if a motherfucker wanted to accomplish buying some of these pieces and of this kind of volume, like this is not an easy, some of these are not easy to acquire necessarily. And I'm looking at some of these weapons and stuff. Anyway, look, y'all, you lovely 10 people. Yeah, that convince people to give me money. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. Y'all talk amongst yourselves for literally like 2 minutes, because I'm going to grab a glass of water. I'm a little parched from talking, if y'all can understand. So, y'all just look at this huge... I mean, this is amazing. Playmobil, I love Playmobil, man. And I love Western Playmobil. Anyway, y'all just talk amongst yourselves for, whatever. Give me 100 seconds. I'm going to grab a glass of water real fast, okay? And then we'll get back to it. All right. 9:20. It's 9:20 in the PM here, ladies and gents. Hello. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to sit down now. I was kneeling there for a while, and fucking that hurt. So yeah, dig this. I want to show you a couple of these different types of weapons, because I think they're very. Even when I was a kid, I was very impressed. Very impressed. So we have the traditional Winchester lever gun, and it is detailed enough that it has a loading gate, if you can see. Now this, it almost looks like a Burgess. You know, I'm sure it's not supposed to be anything, but if you really know your lever actions, like, yeah, you could just say it's a Winchester, but if you really look at it, like, no, that's a Marlin or a Burgess. Because you can tell by the squareness of the receiver. Now look, that being a more modern lever action compared to this obvious Springfield 1861 muzzleloader. Because you can see the hammer. Now this could be a trapdoor, which was a military rifle later on, but trapdoors were made out of the muskets that were left over from the Civil War. So their profile would really look very, very similar. Yes. Yeah, Gilster's fucking thebomb.com, man. So let me see. So that was 2 rifles. Here's one of my favorite pieces of Playmobilia. Peace pipe. And this is there's at least 6 different Playmobil native peace pipes. And some of them, they all look different. Some of them have different animals. There's, you know what I mean? But here's the Dog Clan, I guess. Or maybe they're the coyote, maybe they're the fox people. I don't know. But that's very fucking cool. Good job, Playmobil. We have a woodsman's trapper's, like a trail boss axe. Right, because it's a little short for a falling axe and it's a little long for a hatchet. So that's like a trail boss. Woodsman axe, 10-man axe. We have a gold saber. We have a silver saber, but you'll notice that the saber is different. Notice the taper of the blade. They are different sabers. Can y'all see that? This is much more of like a shamshear or something, and this is much more like a traditional saber. You know, but this one is definitely, and even the grip, you know what I mean? Like this is a traditional saber, and then this is much more like a Hungarian saber or a Polish saber. Like, look at that. Very cool, Playmobil. Also, you have a medieval arming sword. You know, so a double-edged, straight, cut and thrust sword. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. There's one more type of... Okay, now dig this. You don't see many of these at all. I've never had... But so they made some... This is an M2 carbine. This is a World War II M2 paratroopers carbine, and it had a folding stock, and it was it had a selective fire. It's an M2 carbine, not an M1. And there was there's a small line of World War II Playmobil that you cannot find anywhere, but I know that's what this is, and that's what it represents. That's an M2. That's an M2 carbine. That's very fucking cool, Playmobil. Okay, now look. Here is a Lego musket. There you go, motherfuckers. You Lego fans? That's a Lego musket, isn't it? That's a Lego gun. To the left. To the left. Yes. Always with the sun. Always with the sun. So there's does anybody need that? Here is a fucking crossbow, which is awesome. Playmobil crossbow. Playmobil regular bow. Longbow. What I mean, you know, I don't know if this is supposed to be for knights or if this is supposed to be for natives. You know what I mean? But whatever. Just a classic bow. Now those are all the rifles. They have dirks or double-edged fighting knife, which, you know, depending on whether you're a pirate or whatever, but like, you know, this would be traditionally called a dirk, pretty much in this time, you know. The Confederate Navy dirk, you know, for the military was like this. All Navy knives like this were all called dirks. The skin do that's worn, you know, those are all dirks. Now, a skin do and a dirk are technically different, but they're all the same. They're all the same blade, pretty much. Now dig this. I'm gonna let y'all go here pretty quick because we're winding down. I'm gonna show y'all a couple of my swords and then we'll go. But look, here is a bayonet for said earlier musket, which is very cool. Because when you want to make a little group of soldiers, that's obviously the way to do it. And then they put that little weird titty on there. This weird pistol grip on the gun that doesn't actually exist. They put that on there so the soldier can stand like that. But I mean, you know, when you get the bayonet and everything on there, and you got like 9 guys that are all dressed the same, but their faces are different, they fucking look cool standing there with their fucking bayonets, man. They look very cool, very cool, very cool. Oh no, that's a broken one. I was going to say, look, this is shorter. This is broke, but you know what this is now? It's a fucking wanted dead or alive. I have a couple muskets that are broke, and I give them to the old timers like they're sawed-off shotguns. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, man? Is this Playmobil? Or I've never seen this. I don't know if that's Playmobil. I think that's something else. That's Lego. I don't know what that is. Because most of the things that large, this is Playmobil. See how it's got this cool shininess on it? Here's another one. Some Lancers. Very cool. Lancers are cool. They had those in the Civil War. A lot of people don't. When they think of cavalry, you know, they're always just thinking of sabers. But like even in America, up in the Civil War, we had Lancers, you know. I think we've been through all the weapons. The last one will be, this is going to be hard for y'all to see, but a very realistic, very detailed revolver. Now, if you look at this real hard, this is definitely like a cap and ball revolver. You can see there's no loading gate, and you can see the what that fucking thing is called now. I can't think of it. The loading rod, right? There's a rod under the barrel because you put the ball in there and then you push it in because it's basically a muzzle loader, right? It's a black powder cap and ball revolver is what that is. Oh, and this was the one. Here, I'll show you this. And then, Gilster, I'm going to have to piece all of these together, and then I'm going to put them in my, my big thing. And it's going to be amazing. So, look, here is all the accessories. You can see the rifle goes in the scabbard, in the sheath there. And that's actually technically would be called a gun boot. Because it doesn't, like these, they do have things like that, but see how it doesn't actually cover the gun, so it's not a sheath or a scabbard. But right, and then it has a bedroll. Give that to the low man. To the left. So yeah, how cool is that? How cool is that? God damn, Gilster. Now this is a little accessory pack. And there's some pistols in here. And then some, just like these, there are feathers in there, just like this. And they go in these. And there's also a couple headbands. See those little slots? Where they go in like that. I don't want to open this and start doing that because I can see this will take a long time. This will take a while. Because I want to get all these guys separated. I'm going to get them all. They're already separated. I think we did pretty good. We got all the soldiers. We got everybody separated. We've put hair on everybody we have hair for here. Because I have not mixed this stuff that Gilster sent me. This has not been anywhere. Oh, yeah, Spurs. I saw the Spurs. I love those. Here's one right here. And there's also, Playmobil makes cowboy cuffs. They make cuffs that go on just like that. Fucking, they make everything. Yeah, very cool, man. And a couple necklaces for the ladies. Playmobil has so many accessories, and it's amazing. But so none of this stuff has been integrated in any way with the stuff I already had, right? Because I wanted to keep it all separate until until we got to do this live to look at it all, right? So, but now since we have it all laid out and I can understand what's going on, now I can integrate it with what I have, because I have things that are incomplete that can be completed here with Gilster's stuff. You dig? And I have extra pieces to fit on, like these guys that don't have hair, right? And y'all want to see something really cool? You probably can't see what I'm doing, but I'll show you this as soon as I set it up. So you take these rifles and you put them in here like this. How cool does that look? How cool does that look, motherfuckers? The gun's in the fucking rack. Look at that. How fucking badass is that, dude? That's like my favorite fucking Playmobil thing. Is that motherfucking rack, bro. With the guns in it. I love that. That is so cool. Everyone, round of applause for Gilster. Round of applause for Gilster. In your honor, young man. In your honor. For those of you who are live, we salute you. Guns in the rack. The guns in the rack are fucking amazing, are they not? That's always been my favorite thing about Playmobil. Probably. I mean, that's a great. All the old John Wayne movies and all the Western movies, I guess, but like El Dorado. Excuse me. But like, you know, always in the sheriff station, they have that rack, and then the chain goes through them. Like, that's the coolest thing ever. This is what I've been waiting for. No, I didn't want to. I'm glad. I thank you for waiting and being patient, Gilster, because I didn't want to do a video. I wanted to do a live, and I wanted you to be here. So we've been scheduling this so Gilster could be in the chat, taking his accolades. I'm sure this is for a boat. And perhaps, oh, wait a minute. Look, motherfucker. We just discovered something. Shit. I still think this is for a boat. But look. You can obviously sit at the cafe and have something. Gilster for the win. Absolutely, Gilster for the win. Absolutely. Bravo, young man. Bravo. And let's not forget Chief Leonardo. And we're going to need to do some research on this. Now, I know that there was a special edition guy called the Bounty Hunter. And he had a cape like that, and he had painted gloves. But I swear to God, he had an eye patch, and he sure as fuck didn't have a rocking chair. The rocking chair is throwing me off. I have no idea why there's a rocking chair in there. That's so weird. I don't know what this is. I mean, I love this. Fuck, man, this could be worth fucking $500. I have no idea. Made in mall. I'm not opening this. I'm getting a lot of Instagram messages. Obviously, not from the 8 people who are here. So what the fuck? Let's see. Oh, it's Brett. Oh, I don't know. He's just talking to me. I'm still live. I told him earlier I'm live. Mostly I'll be moving to a new house. Wish I could say that. That you were moving? Do you not like where you live? Hey, JD, what's happening? Sorry. Yes, good luck with the move, Gilster. I think you've started early enough. You don't. Brett, why are you not in the chat, you motherfucker? Yeah. I think his old lady had like a serious thing done at the dentist, and I think he's fucking like tending to her. Cause you know what I mean? I'm not like trying to tell anybody's business, but I think he's busy taking care of his loved ones, as he should be. But yeah, hey JD, how long have you been here? I'm sorry if I missed you earlier. You must know if I'm not. God damn it. Oh, yeah, you've been here since 9:15. I'm sorry. I see that now. Round of applause for JD. JD, I'm working slowly on that Y-Wing. We'll have an update on it. I don't know when. I'm going to need at least another couple weeks, and then it should look at least different enough from the last time y'all have seen it. Because I'm still trying to piece together some parts that I want to. I don't know. It's a working. Blah, 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 blah. Shout out to Lobot. He is sending me an arm for the Cap 2 that Brett sent me. So we'll have a complete Cap 2. And then I'm going to, well, it has no stickers. It needs stickers, but that's fine. And then I've never done it, but I have a Dremel and all those polishing discs. Like, I'm pretty sure I can polish the yellow off of that, right? Yeah, apartments do suck, man. Apartments do suck. You know what I always did? I always was louder than everyone else. Like, that was the only thing to do. It was just like, all right, motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like, motherfucker, you want to play, motherfucker? Fuck him. Gilster, that is one of the most. I love Playmobil, Gilster, and I love Western Playmobil. And I actually, like I said, I have reorganized my entire Playmobil shelf, and I have got. Hey, Peter, hello. Oh, Peter, something we may need to postpone. I'm very sorry. This is not in stone yet. Something has come up next Wednesday, so we may need to. We'll discuss it, but we may need to change the time, or we might have to maybe change the day. I don't know yet. I will talk to you more privately, but I'm saying it now, or I will forget. You know what I mean? Because I'm bad at that shit. Anyway, back to Gilster. Round of applause to Gilster, everyone. I have redone the war room, and my Playmobil was just on a shelf. Now it is on a table, and it's a table with 2 folding things. I have one of them folded out and the other one can still be used, but I'm trying to limit it to what it has. Once I'm probably going to put everything we looked at, I'm going to put it back in this little box. And then I'm going to take it out there. Not tonight, because I don't know I've been getting up at 3 a.m. and I've been going to sleep at like 8. And that's why I have not been around. I've been very busy in the mornings. I get up probably 2.5, 3 hours before most people like if you have to be somewhere at 6 and people wake up at 5, Lack wakes up at like 3:30. Because I got a lot of shit to do when I wake up. You know what I mean? Not to fucking be this fucking cheerful when y'all see me. That kind of a thing. But I have rearranged all that. And I've got the fort moved to a table. And I've got just about everything I own moved, Playmobil-wise, moved over to that table. And then I'm going to integrate these figures. And then we're going to start mixing, right? Because there's stuff in here I need for guys in there. And I have a box of like hair and shit like that. And some saddles and different shit we need for these horses. And then when it's all one kind of cohesive display, we'll fucking do another video. We'll do another live. And we'll just be like, we'll probably do it from the phone. And then so you can like, we'll go like down into the city. I do have I have a problem with like continuity in my displays. Like I am bothered by shit. And so like I have Fort Glory, which is supposed to be a United States Army fort during the Indian Wars. But it can just, but it's definitely an Indian Wars Union fort. All right. And then I have Indians that attack that fort. But then I have Confederates. And, and I'm just saying, like, so there's continuity. I mean, all native tribes fought with the Confederate Army, like all the licensed ones, right? Like the Cherokee Braves and the Choctaw Braves and all those motherfuckers fought for the Confederacy because they've all already gotten fucked by the United States government. So why would they trust them anymore, right? They obviously didn't give a shit. But what I'm saying is in my display, it bothers me because like you got 1865 and then you got 1875, and it's all kind of on, and I don't like it. It needs to be separated. So what I need to do is I need to get more Union guys, which I think GILLSTER just did for me, so I can have a native Indian Wars of the 1870s with the fort fight going on, and then you can have a Civil War battle going on. I've been thinking about that because all of it in one spot it's not cohesive, to me in my display world. Man, I don't know what else to say. Do you want to look at a do you want to look at a sword? Do you want to look at a sword? Will Rooster Cogburn do that? Oh yeah, see, part of that I have Banditos, right? Like I have a bunch of Bandito customs. One of them is obviously Rolando. But then I have a custom group of outlaws that represent like the post-Confederate Army soldiers who became outlaws, which they never, right? Like nobody ever wants to tell you that Jesse James and fucking Frank James and the fucking they were all Confederates who were pissed off at what happened, and then they said, well, fuck it, But so, and if you remember Rooster Cogburn, he ran with Bill Quantrell and he ran with Bill Anderson, right? Quantrell's Raiders. And that's the same group. That's the same group that Frank and Jesse James and the fucking Youngers, Cole Younger, that's the same group that they all fought with in the war. Like when they say those guys, they say that they weren't veterans because they say, oh, those weren't regular Army troops, right? And they tried to try those guys as war criminals and stuff. But like they were dudes who were all hanging out at their house and the Army showed up and fucking burned their house down and raped all their women and took their food and killed their kids. Like, just like Josie Wales, right? That's the same group. Y'all remember Josie Wales, the movie. That's the same group of guys. Y'all realize that? That's Quantrell's Raiders, Bloody Bill Anderson and Bill Quantrell. That's the same, right? And that's why when they did the remake of True Grit, when Maddie, with her one arm, went to go talk to Rooster, she went and met Cole Younger. They were all, because they all were war buddies together, right? And like that is what they're saying in that story. I don't know if a lot of people get that, but anyway, so my Rooster Cogburn custom will actually be Rooster post-war, but pre-Marshall, when he is actually running with Frank James and all those cats. Because that is Rooster Cogburn's backstory, right? People they don't understand that, but like that is what they're alluding to. You know, when they said, oh, you know, when he says I ran with Bill Anderson or whatever, like that is who that is. Billy Jack, yes, the white hat I showed you, that's an open block hat. I'm gonna sand it because it has some sort of gloss on it. You can just tell Playmobil is real shiny and fucking slicky slick. So I'm gonna sand it, and then I'm gonna fucking warm my spray paint up in the sink of hot water, which I learned from Mr. B, which works very well. Fill your sink up with fucking hot water and put your spray paint can in there and fucking wait a little while. And then go out there and fucking that motherfucker will just be like, ah. It's just like a magnet. It goes, it's beautiful. It lays beautiful. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna paint that white hat black because they don't make an open crown. Playmobil doesn't make an open crowned black hat, or I would just buy it off eBay for $4 or whatever. I would, but they don't make that. So I will paint that one black, and then I don't know. I used blue and white duct tape to make the hat band on that Logan, the Wolverine figure that Blue Sasquatch sent me. I took the claws out and put the hat on it, and like it's totally Billy Jack. I know y'all have seen that. Figure, right? It's totally Billy Jack. It's fucking so badass. I think. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, I'm looking at it right now, and it's like, that's Billy Jack. That's Billy Jack. But yeah, I would like to do a Billy Jack Playmobil. But I wouldn't have him like in the town. I would just put him over there with my other Billy Jack. I'm pretty sure, you know. Excellent. Thumbs up, everybody. Thumbs up. 86. Do people still get 86 from bars? Is that still a thing in the bars? Do y'all know that term? You ever been 86'd? I've been 86'd. I've been 86'd a couple times. Y'all want to look at a sword? You want to see something? I was really sad that I missed Ed's at Rebels, Reptiles, and Games. You want to see something cool? This is cool. So this is a oak, and you can see that it has these flute cuts in it for grip on both sides. See that? And this is a 1960s Cleveland police riot baton. And like, motherfucker, this will do the job. I had a very good friend. He's suffering from cancer now. Buckshot John. But anyway, he gave me this. But me and him used to run together, and we used to fucking have to crack a few heads or whatever. But he gave me this as a gift. And that's what this is. This is a 1960s and 70s Cleveland police riot baton. And look, you want to talk about one shot, one kill. This motherfucker will clear a room right now. He used to do this thing where he would take this and he would just put it on somebody's collarbone. And that motherfucker, man, I told him, I was like, do that to me. And he did it to me and it hurt or whatever. But like, that motherfucker would do it to normal people and they would fucking hit the ground. You know, like it was just comply pain. Like it wasn't like kneecapping you, right? But when motherfuckers are like, here, move out of the way, You know, boy, he'd put that motherfucker on somebody's collarbone and they would just wilt. It look, you know, but like, I don't know. Some people that doesn't work on. You don't want to do that to the wrong. I always tell them, I was like, you don't want to fucking do that to the wrong motherfucker, John. He might take that motherfucker away from you. But Buckshot John, man, if that motherfucker, if somebody tried to take that stick away from him, he would probably let go of the stick. And as the guy's pulling the stick toward him, John would fucking waste him. Because John is no bullshit. But yeah, Buckshot John gave me this years ago. It's a Cleveland police riot baton. It's very cool. Oh, you've never been 86, but you've seen people get 86. I've been 86'd. You know, but I usually got the only one well, no, there was another bar, but I never went back there. But one bar I got 86 out of, and after a while they let me back in. Because I'm lack. Nobody even wanted to hang out. Nobody even came to the bar. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm shaking the table. Sorry. Do you know what I mean? Like nobody partied there after lack got 86. Because why? Why go? Why fucking go? So they let me back in after like a year. They're like, you can come back if you want to. I was like, fuck you guys. We got a still set up on the fucking island. We're partying over there. We don't even need you, motherfucker. You know, we're gonna come. We might break in, steal your fucking pool table, take it over to the fucking still. Then you don't got nothing we need, motherfuckers. Anyway, yeah, Cleveland police riot baton. That's interesting. Does anybody think that's interesting? I think that's interesting. We have some Nick that our cousin sent over from the Crow Indian Reservation. Nick is dried buffalo shit, and it's very good for the. It's good for the circulation. It's very good for the circulation. This is a Cold Steel product. I was thrown out once, but not 86th. Oh, terrible. Were you thrown out, like physically, or did they tell you to leave? Because that's, you know, I mean, that is a big difference. I mean, being asked to leave, I guess, is always embarrassing. But I don't get embarrassed. Sometimes the motherfuckers are like, they're asking for it. This is a Cold Steel product. This is an 1860 heavy cavalry saber. I cannot remember the weight on this, but it is heavy. I mean, it's like fucking 3 pounds. It's way overweight as compared to an actual replica. Like, this is a poor replica. It's overweight, but it is Cold Steel makes a very strong and robust product. And this is very sharp. So if I slip, I will cut my fucking hand. But like, do you see that? I mean, it's very nice spring temper. Very nice spring temper. This and this is sharp. This is sharp. This is sharp. Now, this is not razor sharp, because the last time I sharpened this, I cut some rope or something. We did some cutting, me and a friend of mine, and I didn't resharpen it because, I mean, I didn't. What the fuck? You're gonna say something bad about me? I don't care. But this is the sword because it is this is probably the heaviest one-handed sword I own, and it is a saber. I'm sitting down on a couch, so it's very hard to actually do anything. Okay. Except maybe like a barely a number 1 cut, and then kind of a number 2 from the wrist. But I wake up every morning and I do my cuts practicing, and I do it with this sword because it is the heaviest, most cumbersome sword that I have. You know what I mean? So I practice with this one a lot. It's a good sword. It is a good sword. It's a little heavy. But Cold Steel is a great product for the price. This comes with the steel saber. We'll do some solo sword exercise videos. Fuck it, why not? We'll do it. But this is the sword I usually practice with. No, yeah, physically, yeah, that's never good. That's never good. Never good. I've never been thrown out physically. You know why? Because they can't. I mean, I'm sure somebody can, but none of the places they wanted me to leave, they could. They asked me. And then they usually get some old lady to come over after I'm done doing what I'm done. they'll be like, okay, you should leave before the cops go. And I go, okay, Auntie. You know? But no. Physically, no. Never. Asked me. Told me I couldn't come back. This is the sword that we had the other day at the Toy Council. This is not the same sword. This is now most American swords are patterned off French swords because America doesn't like England at this time, obviously, right? But this is a heavy cavalry saber, and this is a light cavalry saber, and you can see obviously the difference, right? They are both 3-bar hilts, as you can see, because they have 3 bars. You can see this one has a extended and hooked rear quillion, whereas this one just has a traditional flat. See that? Now, oddly enough, and oh yeah, I'll tell you that one. Yeah, tell me. If you line up these two swords roughly, you can see the one is just a bit longer. Okay. And what's strange is the light sword, which is smaller dimensionally in every way, is slightly heavier, but it's also balanced a little further forward. This is a much, that other blade that I do practice with is much livelier. To me, it's much livelier. This one has a very fucking hammer feeling, even though it is shorter, and it is smaller in most every dimension. The way it's distributed makes it choppier, right? This is also a much more curved blade. Not much more, but it is significantly curved more. This being that it is a French sword and not an American copy of a French sword, it has this lovely flat on the back, so you can do this a traditional saber grip, which is a thumb up the back. And if you're not familiar, you know, you have a hammer. This is a hammer fist grip, and then you have saber grip. And those are pretty much your two when you're using a saber, right? Those are your grips. And depending on who you study and how you study and what type of swords you use and why and your opponent, you may opt to have a hammer fist grip or a thumb up the back grip. And you may change that even in a fight. You know, a thumb up the back grip facilitates more of a cut from the wrist, whereas the hammer fist is more, you're going to cut more from the elbow, right? I'm sitting down, but I'm saying, right, there's cutting from the wrist, there's cutting from the elbow, and there's cutting from the shoulder, right? So even though there are, 6 cuts, there's 8 cuts really, but most people only want to say 6. There's really actually even more. But so even though there's 8 cuts, there's really, each one of those 8 cuts has 3 variations, because you can be doing that cut from the wrist, from the elbow, from the shoulder. And depending on the type of sword and the type of grip and the type of fucking armor, all kinds of shit, you might change that. I'm going to start doing a little more practicing with this sword, because I realize that the way it distributes, I feel a different muscle in my arm down here waking up. Because I practice with that other sword regularly. And the other day, I was like, you know what, I'm going to go do it. And I don't do it much with this because I don't like the way it feels. You go, man, this feels so weird. It's like fighting with a hammer. Like, you would not really want this. But I started doing some regular exercises with it, and I found that there's definitely, it's doing something the other one doesn't. So I was like, well, I must obviously incorporate this because it's doing something different. And like when you pick up any sword and you start any kind of, so Just I'm serious. Like, pick your sword up, and while you're watching TV, right? See how long you can fucking do this with a sword, with a full length 38-inch, right? And like, you can sit on your ass and do it, right? And then go side to side. Go side to side. How long can you go side to side, right? And you can do that with a straight arm, you know, but how long can you do that? And like, that's different than doing it with like even if you're sitting at your house, you know, if you swing a hammer all day, you know what I'm talking about. But take your hammer and do this with it for 25 minutes. You don't do that when you're swinging. You know what I'm saying? It's a totally different. But those are the things you need to get used to. And like, you know what? You can be real big and strong and all that kind of stuff. Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. He talks about right off the bat when he did Conan, like he had to learn how to use his muscles for swinging a sword, and that was fake. Like, it was a movie. You know what I mean? And like, you can even see in that movie, there's times where he's like, oh, because lifting weights, and I'm not saying it's just different. He might be able to bench 5,000 pounds, but you know, he can't jab 100 jabs, and he can't fucking wiggle a sword back and forth for 3.5 minutes, because that's not what he does. That's all. It's just what, you know what I mean? I can't do what he does. Now, this is also a cold steel product. This is, what do they call this? This is the hand. I think this is the hand and a. This is the two-handed. I can't remember what they call this. My lovely wife gave me this for my birthday or Christmas 2 years ago. Gosh, I can never remember if it's my birthday or Christmas, but this is an amazing sword. This is obviously a two-handed sword. You can use it one-handed. You can definitely, this is another acceptable grip. This is a German style grip where your finger goes over. Now, most people would never think that this is acceptable. They think you'd lose your finger. This is an absolute, no, it's not technically a claymore because the proportions are not the same. And a claymore traditionally has the round things on the end. This is, I just can't remember if they call this it's not the Italian longsword, it's the German longsword, I think. And this is also not historical in the sense that some of these swords are, you see that? Look. You see that temper? These are not accurate historically as much as they are kind of a conglomeration of Lynn Thompson's own ideas. Right? So none of them are really fucking a thing. Right? Like, even that first one, like, yes, you can say this is attempting to be a replica of an 1860 heavy cavalry saber. The proportions are off, the distal taper is off, the weight is off. But if you hang it on the wall, you can say that's what it is. But the one thing about cold steel is you can go out, you can chop a car in half with this. Like, and that's why they're heavy and they're overweight and they're tempered the way they are. Like, because you can go and chop a fucking car in half with any cold steel product. You know? Yes, Peter, yes. There's a lot of misconceptions in terminology of swords, to be honest with you. And like, broadswords and bastard swords and arming swords are all fucking basically misinterpreted by pretty much everybody unless they like actually practice swordsmanship. Does that make sense? This is a two-handed sword. You know, there's two-handed swords and one-handed swords, and that's all really there is. That's all there is. There's two-handed swords. There's one-handed swords. A bastard sword is not even. A bastard sword is really not. That's a modern term. That's a modern term. There really is no set thing that a bastard sword is. The only thing that a bastard sword can be, technically, maybe, is a hand and a half sword, because that might be where the bastard came from. It's not a two-handed sword and it's not a one-handed sword. It's a bastard sword. But at the same time, when people talk about bastard sword, they now, most of the time, they're not talking about what the grip is like. They're talking about the length of the blade. And in medieval Europe, what's that? Ochre's typology. They had types of blades, and like if you work at the Royal Armories or whatever, right? You don't use the word bastard sword or broadsword or any of that. You use this. You would say, "Oh, this is a Type 16 blade. It has an apple seed grind. It has a 3/4 fuller, and it has a two-handed grip." Right? Like, because that's really how you identify a sword. A lot of the terms, right? Like everyone, like a foil, an epee, and a rapier are all different swords. And a rapier is also the word sword in a language, right? So it's all fucking relative. A sword terminology is a very widely studied thing. And like anything that they say in Game of Thrones or whatever the fuck, like none of those are the right words. Cold Steel, I believe, calls this the two-handed something. But that's just his name for it. He could call it a purple dildo, right? He can call it whatever he wants. This is from the Men at Arms line. Can you see that shaking? This is from the Men at Arms line. You can see it doesn't have a polished blade or anything, and it doesn't have polished metal on the scabbard. So these are, at least $100 less. You can get a high grade of this version, which will be all, shiny. But anyway, my old lady got me this, and this is an amazing sword. This is an amazing sword. I don't practice with this as much. I have something wrong with this elbow, and I don't know what to do about it yet. So this, I'm working on it slowly, but there's something wrong here. Yes. In the broad sense of the conversation, yes. This is I was just trying to remember what Cold Steel calls this product. But yeah, this is just a two-handed sword. It's not a long sword, technically, I don't think, because I don't think the blade, like if you wanted to go talk to Matt Easton, I think he would say that this is too short to be a long sword. But this does balance well in any kind of style. And if you want to hook your finger over the guard, because of how that leverage is, it's a one-handed sword now. Like, this is amazing. And I don't want to hit anything, but like Burmese swords and stuff, they're one-handed swords, but they have an extra long, and this is for hooking. This is for hooking your enemy or pummel striking or whatever. This is an absolutely this is called fingering the guard, actually. That's what that's called. And this is an absolutely approved way of holding a fucking sword. And the Germans, I'm sure but the Germans are accredited with inventing this. And out of this came the finger ring, right? And then after that came a side ring. And then you start to have the complex hilts that we know today of sabers and different things like that. But yeah, this is a great sword. And this is like maybe a $250 sword. This is a very affordable sword, and like you can chop a tree. You can do whatever you want with it. If you run out of bullets and you feel like you need something for whatever reason, like it's not a bad option. If a bear came into your camp and you didn't have a fucking gun and I only had this, like, yeah, I would do it. Because the alternative would be do nothing. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I seen my granddad kill a bear with a fucking axe. So like, I think I could probably get it done with this if I had to. You know what I mean? A wood cutting axe, not a fucking battle axe made for killing things. A fucking axe. So anyway, this is a great sword. Nothing wrong with this sword. Now the last sword I'm gonna show you, Gilster. I hope you're still here. Shout out to Gilster. This was all possible for GILLSTER. I love this GILLSTER. This is the cool. I mean, I love everything you sent. But, like, this guy's not easy to find. This guy's not easy to find. And when you do find them, they're extremely expensive for whatever reason. Like, even when they're not complete or nothing. And, like, GILLSTER lives in the toy capital of the United States, man. You know what I mean? And, like, shit you see all day long on the internet for $60. Like, GILLSTER can fucking buy 3 of them for 50 cents. The guy will pay GILLSTER to take them. It's crazy. He lives in a good fucking toy hunting place for real. This is awesome. All right, I'm going to show you one last sword, and then I think we're going to go because Lack's getting tired. I got to eat something. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I'm starting to get like... But I want to show you this last sword because this is my favorite sword. If anything, and like, I don't want to be a weird dumbass who says shit like that, but like, no shit. And this makes perfect sense, but if I had to use any of these swords for a real reason, except maybe like a bear or like that giant crocodile that attacked the Mandalorians. Jesus, did y'all watch my Mandalorian video? We'll talk more about the Mandalorian some other time, but that big fucking... this long sword, two-handed sword, like, this is definitely what I would want for animals. Like, if I, like, you know, like, if I went hunting out in the woods or whatever, and we were going to spear bears and shit, like, I would have this. This is definitely, no problem. You know what I mean? No problem. But if we were going off to war and I had to go fight a bunch of people, this English backsword by Cold Steel, this is what I would have. These swords were originally designed for that type of work, right? Like sabers and everything else that we went through, those are generally used off horses. And sometimes even sabers will be used in duels, one-on-one fights, a duel, right? Like a boxing match, no interaction, whatever. That's when you start getting small swords and rapiers, and you start getting those, right? But before all of that, right, in the War of the Roses and the 100 Years' War and fucking like when motherfuckers were fucking hammering each other to death with this is the sword they were using. And it had the most hand protection available, right? With still being able to get your thumb up the back. This is a single edge. This is an English back sword, which means it has a single edged and has a false edge on the back to about here. Okay, this is a compromised cut and thrust sword. It has a double fuller. You can see that double fuller. Yeah, you'd have a machete. Yeah, well, see, that's what I'm trying to say, Dylan. This will basically cut every bit as good as any machete that you have, while being longer than your machetes. Also, this has been made to where it is effective at thrusting, which most machetes cannot do, or do. I mean, you can poke, you can stab anybody, you can stab somebody with a spoon, right? But I'm saying it doesn't do it well. Meanwhile, I can do all the things while still protecting my hand, right? And like, yes, machetes are great. Machetes, though, are made for going through the jungle and cutting vegetation. Even countries that use machetes, right? Like even like the Philippines and different places, like the machetes that they go out in the bushes with are sometimes very different than the actual traditional fighting machete, right? Or the barong or the killage or fucking, right? Because all of these cultures have a edged implement that is used for labor, right? But then when that thing is now weaponized, you know what I mean? When it's weaponized, it becomes different. Look at the bolo machete of World War II. That was actually inspired by the Filipino barong. Yes, I know you're Filipino. That's why I'm talking about Filipino edged weapons, because I know you're Filipino. I know that. The barong is one of my favorite fucking weapons, and that's totally from fucking your people, man. Those are great. The bolo machete of World War II. They also had a thing called the smatchet, right? It's the smash hatchet, and those are all based on the Filipino barong. Like, those are badass. Now, the difference when they took the barong, see, the barong doesn't really have a handguard, right? But when they turn the barong into a made for purpose killing motherfuckers in World War II commando shit, they put a crossguard on it like a Bowie knife, right? Because now it's not necessarily a tribal tool, a traditional tribal tool. The U.S. military said, this is a great thing for fucking motherfuckers up. Let's turn it into a purpose-built weapon, right? And so anyway, look that up. It's called the bolt. There's two different ones technically. One that goes by the term bolo machete, U.S. military bolo machete, and then the other one is called the smatchet. Yes, PETA, much love and respect to you, my friend. I hope everything is well on your side of the earth. It's so strange. It's so strange. Like we're all on this circle of a ball, right? And I'm on this part of the ball. And I used to live on this part of the ball. But Peter's on this part of the ball, right? And so, like, even though all of our feet are on earth and we feel that that's down and that's up, our heads are all pointing different directions. Like, if you took a beam of light and shot it out of the top of wherever fucking Peter is standing on earth right now, if you shot a beam of light out of the top of his head, wouldn't it be going like this? And then mine would be going like this. And then if I was in Alaska, it would be going off like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're upside down. You're upside down. You're upside down. Or you're at least at an angle. You're walking around at an angle on Earth. Can you believe that? And then if you go to Antarctica, you are upside down. You're fucking upside down. I can't fucking fathom that. Do you understand that? I've lived in Alaska my whole life, and I'm cool with that because you are right side up because you're on the top. If I went to Antarctica, I might die. I don't know what would happen. You're upside down, motherfucker. I can't do that. I can't handle that. Yes, everything is good on the side of the world. No, I know you're not going to fall off. I know you're not going to fall off, but you're not even standing on a flat surface, man. I mean, I guess you're standing on a flat surface, but you're not standing on a flat plane. Weird, man. Thank God for gravity, or you would be fucking off in somewhere else, motherfucker. Am I right? Fucking gravity is doing nothing but saving your entire continent's ass. I love you, Peter. I am just talking shit. It does blow my mind, though. I have a sister that went to Antarctica, and that's the first thing I thought. I told her, I said, did you feel different? And she was like, no, why? And I was like, well, how does all the blood not rush to your head? How? Because you are upside down. I mean, it is gravity, I guess. But still, how does that doesn't make sense. In Alaska, it makes perfect sense. I'm standing on the top of the world. There's no way if I went to Antarctica, there's got to be, I would feel it, man. If people fucking spray Febreze fucking 100 feet away, I smell it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just feel like I would know. I can always hear shit buzzing and nobody else can hear it. Like when you plug in your iPhone charger, I can hear that motherfucker when you plug it in. And it's not like just mine. Like I can hear everybody's. And it goes, ee! And I can walk over to it and I can unplug it and it goes away. And like I can hear that. I don't think other people, it's like I have like fucking dog hearing, man. Like I have frequency hearing. Sometimes I can't hear you talking in a restaurant because everybody's fucking mumbling. But like I can hear I can hear electronics fucking buzzing. Right? Like I can hear when something's not right and I can go unplug it and be like, why was that just doing that? I don't know. Maybe I'm fucking. But like, man, I think being on the bottom of the ball, I think something would fucking. Right? It would have to. It would have to. Anyway, this is a great sword. This is my favorite sword. This is very light and handy in the hand. It fucking has a lot of fucking capabilities. It is a lovely sword. English, cold steel English backsword. It was very cool. One of my favorite things. One of my favorite things right here. So, yes. They make a Scottish broadsword, which is basically the same sword, has a little bit wider blade, and it is sharp on both sides. That's the difference between a backsword and a broadsword, or a Scottish broadsword, right? And that's what I was getting at earlier when you said broadsword. A broadsword really nowadays, a broadsword has a basket and it's sharp on both sides. And yes, it has a blade that is reminiscent of a medieval blade, right? So like a Scottish broadsword that like the Black Watch carries and shit. I guess all the British people are asleep, right? Are basically this grip and handle and guard on this type of blade, right? A spear pointed, double edged, right? Where this is spear pointed, but it is not actually double edged. This is a false edge. So anyway, let's see. For the last 7 days, I've went out and practiced my sword every day. Now, for like the last month and a half, I've been doing it regularly. But I haven't been doing it every day. I have missed some days, and that's not committing. So I'm going to try to do better. But for the last month and a half, I've been doing it a lot, way more than I've been doing it in the last 2 years. Now, 2 or 3 years ago, I was fucking doing it daily. Like I was doing it daily. I had a friend. We had practice swords and we would fucking actually spar, and it was fun. And so I actually want to get back into that. I really do. I really do. Yes. These are a few. You know what one of my favorite things is? Julie Andrews. Oh my God. She's one of them fucking sexiest fucking women on earth. Is she still alive? God, you remember Victor Victoria? That was a crazy movie. That was her best movie. That was one of the funniest fucking movies ever made. Alex Karras as a gay guy. That's hilarious. And what's Maverick's name? James Garner. Yeah, that was funny ass. That was a funny ass fucking movie. And I think you got to see Julie Andrews' tits in that movie. You don't get to see Julie Andrews' tits in fucking Mary Poppins, but in Victor Victoria you do. Robert Preston was in that too, who was also in Junior Bonner, which is one of the greatest. Gilster may be the only other person in the chat who's a huge Sam Peckinpah fan. And correct me if I'm wrong, Gilster, but Junior Bonner is a Sam Peckinpah film, correct? I know it is. I don't know why I would even think that I was wrong about that, but I would venture to say that that's probably one of the most underrated Sam Peckinpah films is Junior Bonner, but it's definitely powerful. I love that movie. That motherfucker, that's some real shit right there. I went to that bar. I used to live in Prescott where that movie was made. I only lived there for a couple years. I went to school there for some shit, but yeah. But I went to that bar, where they had the dance and everything, and I love that place, man. Prescott. It's not Prescott, by the way. If you go there, it is not Prescott, Arizona. No matter what you learned in school or how to read, it is not Prescott. It's Prescott. It's Prescott. And those motherfuckers will tell you that right away. Right away. It's not Prescott. It's Prescott. Anyway, I love this sword. This is a great sword. It's a great sword. All these are all the Cold Steel products are good. They're all going to be they're going to all be at least slightly overweight to the tradition, to the actual antique or a true replica, like the real thing, right? Some of their swords, like the 1796 Cavalry Saber, I've not held that in my hand, but I have some friends that I know who have it, and they think that's an awful sword. Like, it's so overweight that should not be. Don't even get that one. But I can't tell you that personally. But the few people who've told me that, I do trust them. These are all overweight, but they're manageable for me, for sure. And I practice with those two heavy ones. And, like, if I ever actually walked outside to get in a sword fight, I would take that one. I would take the basket hilted English backsword, because it is lighter and all that kind of shit. And that's what you know what I mean? But I practice with basically the same feeling sword. You use the same grip, even though the swords look a lot different. The grips and the way that it's all gonna be the same. So you might as well practice with a heavier, longer sword that makes you, when you're because then when you pick up your sword, you're oh shit, motherfucker, right? Like, that's what training is. A lot of people don't train like that anymore, to be honest with you. When my dad was the boxing coach in Fairbanks, Alaska, the boxing club ran mandatory 5 days a week, but the gym was open 7 days a week, and you could come if you wanted to. But it was, in Nevada Smith, China Island, Ballad of Cable Hogue also was one of his movies, and Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Gonzalez is one of his greatest movies, and you can't find that motherfucker anywhere. Somebody find me that movie. Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Gonzalez, directed by Sam Peckinpah. You can't find that anywhere. You can't find it. Anyway, I was just going to say, my dad, we practiced 5 days a week, and we started and ended every fucking thing with 100 jabs and all that shit, right? And when you box amateur, depending on your age, but no rounds are more than like 3-minute rounds. Nobody's, right? And most people's are 2 minutes, and the kids are like 1 minute. Yeah, of course it would, but we're not talking about that. You don't bring a knife to a gunfight. We're not talking about that. Yeah, it is. You can't find. I've seen that movie once, and I don't even remember how I saw it. I don't even remember how. It was probably years ago on the internet when it wasn't. But why is that movie impossible to get? It's like, that's a great movie, dude. Wow. You can find the trailer. You can watch the trailer, but you can't watch the movie. Chris Christopherson rapes that motherfucking girl, and fucking that's probably he probably is paying a lot of money for people not to see that. I don't even know. My dad beat up Chris Christopherson because he was fucking his first wife. Beat his ass. Everybody saw it. It wasn't even like a story. Like, everybody saw it. Like, my dad got arrested for it. Like, it's on the like, it wasn't even it's not even like it happened. I beat the dog shit out of him though, and then divorced that bitch. I would too. But beat him up first, because why not? Fuck him. But anyway, yeah, my dad, he was a hard ass. He's a hard ass motherfucker, yo. And when he was the boxing coach, like, we were fucking better than everyone else because we fucking practiced more, man. You know what I mean? Like, we practiced more, man. When we practice, we all practice 3-minute rounds. And when you're a kid, up until like a senior, like, you don't fight 3-minute rounds. You fight 1-minute rounds usually, and then you go to like 2 minutes, right? And then if you're I can't remember the age group, but like, when you're a grown ass man, 35 and over and shit, like, then you start fighting 3-minute rounds. And then, like, those guys in our gym, they fought 4-minute rounds, and like, that's what we did. We practiced longer and harder and more than everyone else, and we beat them, and that's why we beat them. It was very simple. And like, my dad is the one who fought Warren Oates. Yeah, I love him. I love Warren Oates. But like, that's the formula. It's not about this and that and all this kind of shit. And there were actual other coaches who would tell my dad, they would say, hey, y'all just shouldn't practice so much. We only practice 3 days a week. Y'all practice 5 days a week. Y'all should practice 3 days a week like us. Like, I heard some motherfucker tell my dad that, and I thought I thought my dad was gonna fucking knock him out, but my dad just laughed, and he's like, he's just like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Like, you want me to come? You want me to be a bitch ass punk motherfucker like you?" It was hilarious. And what's funny though is I see everyone today, like most people, not everyone, but I mean a lot of, and I'm sure y'all recognize this too, right? But like a lot of people are like that now. Like they need you to come down to their level so they feel better about being the fucking piece of shit, no load, limp dick, cocksucking piece of shit that they are, right? I mean, it's just like, but the motherfucker literally told my dad that. And like, we were the greatest fucking boxing team in the entire Northwest of the country. Like, we went and fought with Tom Mustin, who was the Olympic coach. We beat the goddamn dog shit out of every one of those guys that went to the Olympics, right? But because of like political fucking bullshit, like, they're not gonna fucking pick motherfucking natives from motherfucking Alaska who fucking have a Bill Fairbanks as a coach. But like all the time, my fucking dad, because like Tom Mustin would fuck up and he'd be like, "Yeah, we'll pay your hotel room. Come on down and fight." And fucking we would come down there and fucking like we would wipe the floor with those motherfuckers, dude. Right? Like we would wipe the floor with those motherfuckers all the time. But like it was just amateur boxing. And like if you look at Vince Zamora's record in, God, what year was that? 90. The Olympics were in 96. So I would say probably at least 98. Look at Vince Zamora, super heavyweight from Alaska, and look at his record in 97, 98, and see that he beats, I can't remember the guy's name now. Fuck. But our super heavyweight guy who went to the Olympics in 96, like all of us on our cards beat that guy. Like all of us have fought that guy. And Vince fucking Zamora, who I trained with and who was my fucking sparring partner, who fucking went further than most people in our club. Me and him fought every day. Me and him fought every fucking day. And I would get the better of him sometimes, and sometimes he would. But like, we would all fucking go down there. There was another guy from Arkansas. What was their names? Tyrone Easton. That motherfucker went to the Olympics. I don't know what happened to him, though. I think something happened to him. Like, I don't know. He fell off the planet or something. But Tyrone Easton, I fucking boxed that guy. That motherfucker was a badass. He went to the Olympics, whatever the year was after, whatever was after 96, 97, 98, 99. What was that, 2000? Whatever. I don't even remember what was the Olympics after Atlanta. That was like as a kid, like that was our Olympics. And it was in America and shit. I don't even remember where the next one was. But Tyrone Easton was in that one, and I fucking fought him after that in Arkansas. So did Vince Zamora. Anyway, my dad was a great boxing coach. We weren't badasses. We weren't fucking special people. But our coach knew how to do it, man. And you just did it harder and faster and more than everyone else. And how could you not be better than them? Like, how could you not be better than them? You'd be fucking, how could you not? Anyway, those were the days, man. We used to do a lot of cool shit. Now I'm just sitting around waiting for my kid to get old enough so I can show him some cool shit. We're going to go camping here soon, me and my son. I'm going to try and go maybe this coming week or something. I don't know. I'm going to try and go before me and Dylan go, but I mean, one doesn't have anything to do with the other. So doesn't have to be, but I was thinking about like stopping everything and doing like 3 or 4 days, just me and my son. We're going to like go out to this clear cold water creek, fucking put a camp up, have fire, fucking watch the bugs and the birds, and no fucking phones and no tablets and none of that bullshit, It'd be fucking cool. Watch the stars, and he loves I make owls call for him all the time, and I called the owl into our yard the other night, and so he heard a real one for the first time, and fucking he loved that. He thought that was so cool, and he was like, Dad, owl? You talk owl language? Like I was like, yeah, you don't fucking speak owl, motherfucker. Like, you gotta listen. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. This has been a pretty long live, motherfuckers. I've been talking so much, I can feel like my tongue's getting sore. I chewed Copenhagen for a long time, so anytime my mouth hurts for no reason, I get scared. I get scared. And then do you ever do the home cancer check? Do you ever do the home cancer check where you fucking eat a lot of food in a short amount of time to make sure you gain weight? And because I know that sounds really stupid, but like I've done that like a few times. Like like you're like, oh good, I just gained 20 pounds in a week. Oh, I'm fine. Like I'm totally healthy. I obviously don't have cancer or stomach worm or anything. I'm fine. That's how you check that. When when you don't have a doctor. That's what you do. You eat a bunch of food and you make sure that you gain weight and that you shit and then you're like, "Oh, I'm fine. Everything's working. Everything's working." But when my mouth hurts sometimes, and I think that's from chewing. I don't know. I'm worried about it. I mean, I can't do anything about it now, but what are you going to do? My fucking dad said, bring your son on our scouting trip. Now, he's too young. No, he's too young for that. He's too young for what we're going to do. He's too young for that. We're going to do some serious fucking shit. No. Like, this motherfucker still wears diapers and shit. Like, that's not happening, Dylan. No, we're going wired for sound when you and I go. We're going like Vietnam. We're taking no prisoners. It is not going to be any place for women or children when we go. It's going to be death. Do you remember Legends of the Fall when fucking Trenton went out there and killed all them guys and cut their hearts out and fucking ate them? That's basically what we're going to be doing. There's not going to be any women or children. We're going to go full on predator on these motherfuckers. Right? Like I will be I might not even sleep in camp. I might go lay in the fucking trail and grab an animal as it walks over me. I don't even know what we're going to do. I don't know what we're going to run into, but it's going to happen. Something's going to happen. I think. You can't say it because then they'll make fun like we're going to be serious. No diapers on the trail. No, nobody who wears diapers. None of that's happening. I'm just saying that's not happening. No, we're going with fucking. It's like it's like Nam, ammo and water, right? It's not gonna be. We're not taking Sesame Street toys or fucking. Oh, look at this pretty bird. No, we're going fucking wired for sound, baby. Anyway, my lovely old lady is due home in probably the next 25 minutes from her job. So I'm going to wrap this up. I'm just going to wrap this up so I don't have to. Yeah, young or old, no diapers. Young or old, no diapers. No women, no children. No. Now, if we were in Alaska, I could think of one or two women that we would bring with us for the camp, because that's always convenient, but they don't make none of them women around here. And if they do, I ain't fucking met them. They don't make none of them like that. And that is one of the downsides of this America. When they say they don't make them like they used to, they don't make nothing like they used to. Nothing. Not a motherfucking thing. Especially this motherfucking guy. Anyway, look, this has been really fun. Gilster, I really appreciate all this Playmobil. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. Does this look like I'm sucking something out of Leonardo's ass? Young or old, no diapers. Anyway, this has been very fun. And I really appreciate you, Gilster. Dylan, I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody. There's 9 people still here. I think we had up to like 13, and that's amazing. But I certainly appreciate it, Captain Spaulding, always respect. And one of our newest community members, love you, man. You're a fucking awesome dude. The After Dark Gap, who the other night was all fucked out with his prolapsed bunghole. I'm sorry. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. Now we're going to say some nasty shit. Let's see, who else can we talk shit about? No, I love all y'all. I hope you know that. Blue Sasquatch, my Canadian brother. I don't know if you're still here, but you are a good man. I have a box on its way to you. G-Force Racing, I hope you are doing well, sir. You're a beautiful individual. Tasman, I think you might have dipped in and dipped out, but I still love you. It's so big. It's swollen. We miss you, man. We miss you. We miss you. Darth Blaze, smoke it up. Yeah, Darth Blaze lives somewhere I want to go visit. I don't know. You can just, when he's outside, you can tell, like, I want to come visit you, Darth Blaze. Let's go horseback riding and shoot some deer, man. God damn, son. Like, you down, where do you live? You live in, like, Montana or somewhere? You look like you live in a cool place. Darth Blaze. I'm just going through everybody real quick. Darth Taz, Gilsta, Blue, Shasha. Now and Jen, thank you for stopping by. I don't really know who that is, but she's a new community member. If anybody knows who that is. I see her over at Mock Blue Harvest. Rolo. Vadertron's Toy Chest. Thank you for stopping by. It's very kind of you. Rolo, always respect and love to you, my friend. And everybody, really. You're all my friends. I hope you all know that. There's nobody, there's a couple, like, I don't really know Vader's Toy Chest. I don't know them. But I really appreciate them coming by. There's our friend Duffman. You know we love you, man. I hope everything's working out. I'm about to send Mr. B his winnings from you and Dave's stream. Mr. T89, Darth Muzza. Wow. We got some heavy hitters in this motherfucker, dude. There's Kat. I was about to say, I think we hit everybody, but there's Kat. Vader's Girl 28. You are a lovely, lovely lady. And I would definitely fight Vader to take you out on the town any night, Kat. My wife may not appreciate it, but she knows I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Why would I do that? Lying is wrong. Being dishonest is wrong. Why would I do that? JD, fucking, he sent me that badass Y-Wing that I'm still working on. I've just found a pilot for it, though. I need some more A-Wing, Power of the Force 2 A-Wings I'm going to look for next. The pilots and the actual ship. They're fairly affordable. I think they're still only like $40 new in the box. So I think it's... I'm not going to talk shit about you. Dylan, I have no shit to talk about you. You're a good man. You're a good man. You are a good man. You're a good man. You're a good man. I do like some of those knives that guy makes, but they're a little out of my... I don't know. I have a hard time paying that kind of money to a custom knife maker that I can't go see their shit. I mean, that's just me, though. But, man, he has that... You remember that one knife I showed you? I love that motherfucker. It was like 200-something bucks, and I told him, I was like, I cannot afford that right now. I will talk to you down the road because, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I just can't drop. I mean, I guess I could, but that would be irresponsible of me, right? It would just be irresponsible of me. You know, I used to do a lot of buying for myself because I knew I was going to have kids. And now that I have kids, I fucking don't really buy for myself that much. And if I do, like, whatever, I spend $25 on eBay and buy something. Like, you know, Gilster gave me this, but I'm just saying, like, I would buy a vintage thing like this, and I would set, you know what I mean? I don't buy myself fucking $400 swords anymore, like the ones I just showed you. I don't buy myself $1,000 guns anymore, like I've fucking shown you. You know, some of that collecting is obviously on hiatus. But whatever. I forgot what we were talking about. It had something to do with kids. It had something to do with buying shit. Oh, that knife. Yeah, I do like those knives. I will tell you this. There's some Pakistani knives, because I think that's where your buddy's from, is Pakistan. I used to have a Bowie knife from Pakistan, and I wish I still had it. I swear if I lost it, I'm going to be so mad, because I had it since I was like fucking 8 years old, man. Oh, you're a motherfucker. No, you didn't. No, you did not. Did you? You're. Now I am going to talk shit about you. No, you did not. Did you? You're a ridiculous person. But I love you. When's my birthday? I'll tell you sometime. I'm not going to tell the whole world when my birthday is. You know what I mean? But, no, motherfucker. I do like that knife. That is a fucking... Do you see how that knife is shaped? And it's... I mean, boy, I just... I knew... I mean, I hope that motherfucker... Man, I will. I'm waiting. I'll wait and see. I can't believe that. My battery's about to die. We better go. Yeah. Love it. All right, I'm going to go, everybody. You guys are awesome. Have a lovely evening. Dylan, I'll message you. I probably won't message anybody tonight. I'm going to bed. But I love everybody. Dylan, we're going to do some cool shit. Gilster, there are not words, brother. There are not words. So I'm not even going to attempt. Know that there is nothing but love. Rolo, I'm glad you're still here. I love you, you fucking German motherfucker. You crazy Liberman. This man betrayed you. This man betrayed me. That was Gregory Peck from fucking whatever that movie was called. The Boys from Brazil. Liberman. No, are you kidding me? Rolo, I love you, man. I'm going to go, everybody. I'm going to lose my battery, and then it's going to be a big deal. So, and it's what we... So, meh. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Much love, much respect. Y'all message me, and I'll get a hold of you as soon as I can. Have a lovely, lovely evening, and we'll see you on down the trail. Everyone have a good night.